Leave the eggs out because we don't want to get salmonella.
It's really important that you follow directions.
This doesn't actually have eggs in it.
Soul's eggs are locally sourced and salmonella free.
I really have a lot of questions surrounding that statement.
Alright, dice.
Hello, Internet. I believe we are live.
Got to just watch me like drop my spoon.
And heard someone dying.
If there's any audio issues, please let me know, Internet. And since my chat, for some reason, doesn't work on Twitch, if they're yelling at me in chat that the audio's not working, players, I leave it to you to tell me. I don't know why my chat's not working, but it hasn't been the past couple of sessions we've played.
Let me see. This chat.
Oh,
Okay.
I saw Mario. Ah. Yeah, you guys are talking. Sweet, thank you.
David.
Oh, look at.
Okay.
I can tell you.
David, why am I you?
Was that test David, not Tiffany? Or Tiffany, not David?
Yeah, no, I put test, but I logged into my account and somehow I'm you.
You're on Twitch? I don't know.
Oh, fudge, I didn't log into my account.
You logged in on mine.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm Carl.
Hi,
Nice to
Carl.
meet you.
I got really confused because I forgot that was David's real name. First name.
Oh, yeah.
We
A lot of
are
people forget it.
Stop, Drop, and Roll. We're an actual
Hi,
play
guys.
5e game set in the Zodiac Empire's campaign setting. Let's get right into it. Who wants to roll a d20?
I'm good.
Doesn't matter. All my players are gonna. Oh.
Oh, come on. It's me. Don't even roll. It's me. You
Is it a one?
You can't get lower than me.
I got a 3.
I got a 6.
Wow, guys.
I got it 1.
I got a 13.
No one's gonna fall on their sword and say they got a
Mario,
negative
what did you
5?
get?
I rolled a 1. I said you can't get
I
lower.
rolled a 1 too.
Oh, roll off then. So
Roll
I'm-
off.
Who has the lower dex mod in real life?
I'm pretty fucking agile.
Mario's a
Oh, no.
ninja.
Yeah, but your dice are cursed.
I can kick my 6
That is
foot
true.
4 brother-in-law in the head. Does that count?
She's probably a little more flexible than me then. That's
Alright, I got a 3 though, so good luck.
Your 3 was on your second roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You roll a second? Okay, well if I roll a second one I get a 15, so thank you.
Alright.
Alright, looks like it's me then.
Maybe his dice
However,
are
I have
today.
very little notes about last time because all we did was fight a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, I
oh,
think so.
and there was a battlefield made of snow and ice for like a hot minute in the desert. That was neat.
That was
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, because of my excellent use of Sleet Storm.
That saved our butt. Because
Mm-hmm.
the hardest bad guys were the archers.
I'm up to 47 kills.
Jesus.
That's the important part of the session.
I'm still keeping track. We have saved 2 souls. I know
Awesome.
it's not.
And a bunch of slaves.
And a bunch of slaves. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we need to count the slaves so that we can add them to the list of people saved. Because
Trying to get
that's a
that
much
ratio up.
smaller list. Yeah, that's a much smaller list.
I like that we have a bunch of slaves now, guys. Cool.
Yeah, actually we did it pretty masterfully. We dug a hole to stop the first carriage, hid for a bit,
Mhm.
then kept attacking the right people at the right time so that they don't get to hit us too hard, and ran around the whole little playing field for a while. I killed a bunch of people. I tried to get Soul to not kill one of the wolves. He didn't listen, so now all the wolves are dead, and
And it's all his fault.
It's all his fault, and I am down to 11 health points.
Yeah, we're all a little messed up. I'm at half. I'm completely
Yeah.
spent.
I
I
think
have
Atone,
7,
Atone,
and
was
I
a-
was raging.
Atone was like a pincushion at one point, right?
Yes. Yeah, I can't remember. Did I
You
drop?
abandoned him. You abandoned him on
Yeah.
top of the thing.
Yeah, you
and
left
then
me
I
out there
showed up.
surrounded.
I
And then I
did let
showed
you
up.
get surrounded. I set up the guy to explode behind you, and then you
Oh.
got to bluff him.
There was that. There
All
was.
part of my masterful plan.
Yeah.
I
We
did
were
my
good,
best to
though,
try
and no
and
one
kill
died.
them, but I failed.
You all ran away from the cleric, so the cleric couldn't heal any of you.
It's true.
I was trying to get to the archers. I was actually
We all
running
literally
towards the
went
archers.
everywhere else besides being next to the cleric.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna just say that like for most of that I was in one spot and that's where I started the combat. So like
Yeah.
No, you ran around to the other side after you killed all the things on the one side. You went
Hey,
to the other side.
but I was over there for a hot minute.
Technically,
Yeah.
I dropped closer to the cleric because I was way above him, and then I fell to his level.
I had my little failed flip off the thing and exploded in front of me, and
Oh, yeah, that was
your
fun.
yo-yo.
Oh yeah, and you jumped off my head.
Okay.
That was super nice.
Storyline
I took
wise,
a lot of. I took
as
a
a
lot of
refresher of where the party is, they are in the Nashendasorn desert. They were ambushing some slavers who they know are transporting an individual named Ardril Elwins. He's an elf who is a former member of the Blue Dragon Syndicate. Alistair told you that he would have the information you need to find out what's going on within the ranks of the Blue Dragon Syndicate and try and get to the bottom of who's been going after you guys as well as the people that you care about. You were told that he was going to be in this slaver caravan. That's the information that Alistair was able to gather. You came to this area, cleared out an old safe house to kind of use as a lookout / base of operations, and you ambushed the caravan and you defeated all the slavers. And that kind of catches you guys up to right where you're at now. The dust settles, the bodies of the slavers are strewn about in the sand, and the party is free to act however they wish.
I was searching. I was trying to find the guy that we're looking for. So
Oh yeah, because no one wanted to take the last kill from Rinlin.
no,
Oh yeah, there was like an entire 2 rounds of combat of me just doing stuff by myself.
yeah, absolutely never. I was standing there right there watching him like, you fucked up, dude. I'm gonna look over here.
I'm gonna...
You dug your own
I'm
grave.
just gonna be like, I'm just gonna do literally anything else but attack you. Sorry.
This is not my problem anymore.
All right. What you doing?
Soul starts proclaiming to the people in the crates, cages and stuff. You all are so very welcome. Vangal and Ireland, mostly Vangal, have come together to save you all from your bonds.
I'm gonna find the keys on the bodies of the slavers while he's yammering on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and see if I can just cut the locks off.
I'm gonna call my boyfriend and tell him we saved some people. No.
And Soul's gonna get under like the arch, the shade of the arch, and be like, if you all would all calmly proceed to the large metal man underneath the arch in the shade, he can get you some food. We also have someone that can make you some water if need be.
I wanna like start waving just flags. No, I'm not gonna do that, but that'd be funny.
All right. In a short amount of time, you guys are able to release all the slaves, Kalian and Ember, leading them over to Sol and Rinlin, who help get them fed and out of any binds that they have and watered and
Assuming a lot. No, I wanted to check on the horses.
Oh, horses are fine.
I
A little
wanted to-
spooked, but they're
Yeah, I
fine.
want to like calm down all the horses. I'll give him water if he need, like, since I can do that. I'll like fill up something so they can get drank. But other than that,
Drank.
I'm gonna like settle, like calm the horses down and try to befriend them so that we can, you know, steal them.
Make a handle animal check.
Great.
Handle
I
some
feel
animals.
like she should get advantage because she has so much practice.
Oh, because of you. I was
Yeah.
really confused. I was like, why?
If you were a horse person, I would allow it.
I am.
Secretly is a horse person.
I actually rolled with advantage because she said something, and then I was like, no, you're not rolling with advantage. Why are you doing that? I crit.
The horse loves you.
+4.
The horse loves you so much.
Well, there's my crit for the night, guys. We got some horses.
They seem to listen to you if you start guiding them around. No problem. They're obedient. They had no love of their masters. They're just horses, and they got fed, and they do stuff.
Yeah, unhook them, water them.
In total, you guys save 6 horses, as well as you count about 30 individuals in the 6 carts.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh
Do I
lord.
add all of those things to my list of things that we save?
Are you going to... Oh, for who you saved? I mean, you did save all 30 people for sure. They were in cages and you released them.
I probably wouldn't include Ardrill yet. I would probably just do 29.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe I'll wait and see how many of them we actually like help out of their bonds and how many of them are evil.
Okay.
So like I'm gonna wait.
She's gonna detect emotions for evil.
Turns out they're all Dragon Syndicate. We become the slavers.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I was gonna start writing paperwork for each one of them.
That's
Even if
fine.
they
Go
are
ahead and
evil?
start writing them or whatever. But if they're evil, you can rip it up later. Or just put like a really obvious flaw in your paperwork, so that way they get caught again.
I mean, even if they're evil, I don't know if I would allow them to be like enslaved, in prison.
Stares at
Yeah,
chaotic
so-
neutral alignment. Just
I'm just really against slavery. It's kind of like
That's okay. They don't have to be slaves. They could just be dropped off into jail.
That's cool. I'm cool.
well, yeah. If we write paperwork that's obviously flawed, they would get put in jail.
Yeah, but I'm also a perfectionist. I don't know. I mean,
You can be perfectly
It
incorrect.
is the perfect flaw that they can't see.
Yeah.
all right.
Well, I mean, you could
no,
always
no,
just
no.
keep letting him name people.
Oh,
No,
well.
no, no. I will make it a perfect false paperwork for a pre-existing criminal with a warrant out on him.
There you go.
That'll be good.
Okay.
No, all you
Pulls
have
up- he
to.
pulls up his criminal database on Google.com.
I was about to say.
Enhance.
Now you have to have pre-existing knowledge of criminals with warrants.
I might know of a few.
No.
Ye old
It's
Google.
all of his thieves can't.
Mario.
I got these expertise in history.
I'm pretty sure my dog has drooled on my other dog.
That's gross.
It's really nasty.
All right.
And she's like wiping it on my leg.
With your new bevy of paperwork to do, Kalian, you are hard at work. The freed slaves are all kind of standing around looking about. There's a good smattering of them. The majority of them appear to be half orcs or orcs, some form of goblinoid. About 20 of them fit that description. Other than that, you have 5 elves, 3 humans, a dwarf, and a halfling.
Alright, I'm going through and looking at all the elves, trying to figure out which one is our elf. And are any of them, like, obviously not him, like, women?
Of the 5 elves, 3 of them are women.
Alright, so I basically kind of, like, gesture to them, they're fine. And of the 2 guys, I'm like, I'm looking for Ardrill.
So there are 2. One of them's a little bit younger. He's probably early 20s, 23. The other one is a little bit, well, the human equivalent of 23. He's probably much older than that because he's an elf. The other one looks a little bit more middle-aged. Human
Do we have a
equivalent of
physical
like
description?
40.
We did.
Okay.
But Giles, I was thinking while she's going through the elves, I think I want to check out the humans or the, disguised elves.
Okay.
Assume, yeah.
So not the dwarves.
Make
Who
an.
else you see was there?
There's a bunch of half orcs and orcs.
Yeah, not worried about them.
There's 1 halfling.
Not worried about that one.
Okay.
He's got the elves. I got the humans.
The goblinoids are first in line for paperwork, FYI.
Oh, okay.
Just
You're about-
clear racial preference on my part.
Okay. The two elves that you're talking to, Tiffany, the younger one goes, that's not my name, ma'am. Sorry. The older one, I'm not Ardrill.
Insight check.
Can I use? Yeah, I was like, can I go ahead and? I don't know. I don't even know if I'd really need to detect emotion. Can I just insight that?
Yeah, you can use an insight check.
Woohoo! I got a 19.
You think he's lying.
Which one?
The older one.
And
I'm
I
not
go
Ardrill. Look side to side.
I go ahead and just kind of rest my hand on his shoulder, and I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't go about lying.
He kind of sighs. What do you want from me?
And I'm like, oh, that was easy.
How do you know my name?
I'm like, we.
How did you
learned
find
it-
me out here?
Are you complaining?
Right.
I don't know. He says a little conflicted.
And I'm like, I mean, I could just put you in the ditch with the rest of them, but I mean, hey, your choice.
So you're gonna come all this way, fight all those men, kill them all, rescue all of these slaves to just kill me. That was your goal.
No,
That's like
obviously
an average Sunday
not.
for us.
But I'm like, I have a strange feeling that you might know exactly who we are and why we're here.
I have no idea who you are.
Is he lying?
He seems a bit more truthful in that statement.
I'm like, oh, good. Apparently, we're doing better than I thought.
It was a test.
I'm like, we are here because we were told that you would have some information about a certain sect of people within the Blue Dragon Syndicate who are vying for more power than they should have.
Okay, hush, 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 hush. Don't go making accusations like that, just out in the open.
We're in the desert.
We're
Surrounded
Out in the
by a
open.
whole bunch of people that are very grateful to us.
He looks around at, like, all the slaves. You never know who might be listening.
I'm like, at this point, we've kind of sent several messages. If anyone's listening, they know we're here.
Kalian
the
looks
point.
up from his paperwork and says, actually, you're being very distracting. It might be a good idea to take him over somewhere where no one else can hear, specifically the guy working.
That's Ian Rankin.
I
Stop being such a snob.
stop and literally just kind of drag Ardrill further away from Kalian specifically.
Cool.
Yeah, I go with them.
I'm gonna continue feeding people.
Okay.
And I sit him down like on a rock or something. I'm like, all right.
He's gonna get scolded.
I'm like, so we're a little more private now.
Who are you?
Do we have a group name yet?
We do not have a group name.
We're the Avengers.
Okay, no, fuck off.
Should we decide our group name?
I'm like, my name is Ember. I'm like, over there is Renlin, Kalian, Antonin, and Sol.
Anton? Anton?
Great. That's a great
his fake
smattering
And
of
the
names.
papers that Kayleen gave me.
Got it.
Yeah, he's the only one who actually lies about his identity. The rest of us are just like, hi, I'm Ember.
I thought it was Anton. That's the only reason I asked. I'm sorry. Continue.
He kind of like shrugs like, great. Bunch of names that mean nothing to me. Who are you people? What are you doing here?
I'm like, we are trying to figure out some information about the section of people within the Blue Dragon Syndicate who are vying for more power than they should have. I've already said it once, don't make me repeat myself again.
I know what you're after. You made that clear.
Then why does it matter? I told you my name, that's who I am.
Because if I give up that information, I'll be in more shit than I am right now, frankly.
Really? You're in quite a bit of shit right now. You're stuck in the middle of a desert, rescued from a slaver caravan destined for God knows what, but I bet it's not good. And the rest of the Dragon Syndicate is very well aware of who and where you are. So, tell me exactly how much more shit you can get in, friend.
So the rest of the Dragon Syndicate knows where I am, huh?
Yeah.
All of
They
them?
didn't send us.
Make a deception check, Mario.
I mean, they didn't. One guy did.
Technically, Alistair sent
And
us.
that's a 15. I'm math bad. That's a 16.
Well, then who did send you?
I'm like,
A friend.
does it fucking matter?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It always matters in these situations.
I'm like, okay.
Someone who gave us
Listen.
information that we want. And that information is information in your head. So spill.
Can I just go murder hobo on this guy, please?
No, not yet.
Can I
Not
go
yet.
torture hobo on this person yet?
No, not yet.
See, I've been around the block a few times. I know how this works. I have information that you need. If I give it to you all, there's no reason to keep me alive.
I'm like, there's no reason to kill you either, you dumbass. Now, if you don't cooperate, then that changes because I don't have the best temper.
All right. Kalian stomps over, clearly frustrated, and casts Charm Person on him.
Wow. God, do I have to do everything myself?
What's the DC, Kyle?
14.
That's a fail.
Answer all her questions truthfully, and then I go back to my paperwork.
Wait, I don't trust her. He says
Like-
with a
I'm
very
like,
strange, friendly tone in his voice to you, Kalian.
I'm like, literally, I'm the most trustworthy of all of these fuckers. Whatever.
That is.
Sure.
She is like the nicest looking out of all of us, though. Let's be real. Like, except Kalian.
I'm
obviously.
very
Uh,
upfront with everything. If I don't like you, I kill you. If you're alive, then I'm not gonna kill you. Like, I
And-
mean, really.
Technically, a tone can look however he wants.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe.
I always try to blend in with the culture around me. So
Okay, Mario. The culture is.
it's nothing
Desert.
here. So
He looks like sand.
He's a cactus.
He's a cactus. I was gonna say camel, but like cactus is way better. He's just like no clipping, like just scooting around. It's cool. Sorry.
Ember sighs really frustrated. She's like, look, we want the information you have because you brought us into this. You were targeting the people who mattered to us. You've been targeting us.
I didn't target anyone.
But the people that you know have.
Dragon Syndicate targets a lot of people. We also
Oh.
all don't know each other.
Can I like reach into Ember's pocket and just start like pulling out the symbols that we've stolen and just throwing them on the ground, like in front of him, just as like an intimidation technique? Just
I look longingly at the paperwork, and then I go, okay, we only have an hour. Ember, you tell me what to ask him, and I'll ask him. And then he'll tell me.
it's intimidating, but not a hostile action, Joe. Clarify.
Yeah, you're fine. He's not. His charm's not broken.
And I'm like, just ask him what he knows about the people who are trying to take the Dragon Syndicate a different way. There's a small section within the Dragon Syndicate who are vying for more power and wanting to go into more darker realms than they usually go into. And I want to know who they are and any information he has on it. That's all. And then I'll let him walk away from here. But if he doesn't stop freaking being a little pissant, he's going to walk away with one leg.
He kind of rolls his eyes at you when you're saying this.
Actual Renlund laugh, by the way.
I'm gonna like lean in conspiratorially with him and be like, but between the two of us, It's a little bit of work to keep them under control, but they're very useful in certain situations. Now, just between the two of us, and I'll relay what I want to them. You have certain allies in the Blue and White Dragon Syndicate that are making a play within the organization. Just tell me everything you can about them, and together we'll make it. Make
All
sure
right,
that we come out ahead.
listen. I know we just met, but I really care about you, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you. And I'm afraid if I tell you any of that information, it's not going to turn out okay for you. I'm just worried about your safety.
Okay, buddy, we've already got targets painted on us.
You trust me, don't you?
Of course.
I mean, you
With
think
my
I'm
life.
capable of taking care of myself? Right?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
So why don't you
Kayleen
let
doesn't
me
get married to
decide
this guy within an hour.
what
I'm ready
information
to
is
bet.
too much, and give me all the, because I can't protect myself from things I don't know about. So if you tell me, I'll be able to adapt appropriately. What do you say?
I guess that logic's sound. All right, for you. What's your name?
Kalian.
Kalian.
These two, I really hope that after he's uncharmed, they just get married either way.
I think
Yeah.
he's automatically pissed off at me. Let me double check though.
I think he just knows he's been charmed.
Yeah, I think.
Which
friends is
usually
the
lets
hostile.
people get really upset.
He's not mad about it. He's just like,
He's still.
yep.
I'm not trustworthy, but whatever.
I know
I've
the
kept
All right.
every promise I've ever made.
Okay.
Ember's
Yeah.
salty.
knows. It's friends that they become hostile to.
So yes, I was a member of the Blue Dragon Syndicate. The way the syndicate's structured is we're divided up into different factions, I guess you would call it, of one color. Sects, that's the word. I was assigned some corner. Originally, I was just a collector, small-time shakedown. A couple of muscle contacts that I knew that would help me with the shakedown and stuff like that. Worked my way up through the ranks. Eventually, they assigned me to a corner of the syndicate that had like a cute little nickname for themselves. The leader called himself Quickfang. Quickfang immediately put me and my boys to work on more brutal jobs. Less what I would consider for the people and fair, and more just flat out flaunting and exertion of power to show who's in charge. I only met the guy once. Didn't even get a good look at his face, but I know his type. He's in it for the power, and he's terribly ambitious, and he's trying to grow his little sect to something bigger than what the Blue Dragon Syndicate needs it to be. I got assigned to Quickfang's operation fairly quick. It was my first kind of foray into the Dragon Syndicate. I don't know how the rest of the operation works. I just knew how my part worked. But shortly near the end of my tenure working for Mr. Fang, I overheard a conversation, one that I probably shouldn't have. A couple of his higher-ups were talking about something called the Three-Clawed Coalition. I don't know what that was. And they were talking about sending out assassins to someone. Real higher-end, dark, shady stuff that I took no part in. Shortly after that, I got a new assignment. Deliver a package to an address. The address was an OSEPT. I knew what kind of job this was. But I knew if I didn't go along with it, I'd be killed anyways. My plan was to go to OSEPT, deliver the package I was supposed to, and get out. It was a setup. They sent me to OSEPT. I got caught by slavers. Resigned myself to a life of slavery. Then you all showed up.
say this guy sounds significantly less evil than I thought he would.
Yeah.
Dude, same.
And I'm like getting really salty that Joe's like giving us good Dragon
Bad
Syndicate
guess.
members, and I'm just like,
I know. I actually feel kind of bad for yelling at him.
also,
I had a very big part in making the Dragon Syndicate when they were in the campaign setting, and one of the big things we wanted to make sure of is that they're criminals, but they're more morally gray than anything. And I like it.
same hat. Am I secretly Dragon Syndicate?
Are you?
Probably. Real quick, because I don't feel like grabbing my book. Isn't the symbol of the Dragon Syndicate the 3 dragon claws? It's like 3 dragon claws holding an
it's
orb.
a claw that's like
Yeah.
3 claws, and it's holding an orb.
Yeah,
and each
the
orb is a
orb's
different color. Yeah.
So that's where the name comes from. Got it.
Soul walks over. Y'all want any biscuits while I still have some left? The other ones are going through them pretty quick, especially the goblinoids. They love them some gravy.
Would you care for a biscuit, Ardrill?
Did you make it?
I did.
Soul made him. He's a very good cook, and I trust his skills.
Well, if you trust him, all right, I'll have one.
I also hesitantly and with like slightly angry look give him a cup, like conjure him up like a thing of water.
So it looks like you've actually been blessed with an opportunity to start over on a more moral and altruistic path. You have very good organizational skills from the sounds of it, and you have a group of people that could really use someone with your skills.
You don't mean us, right?
No, I mean the freed slaves.
Yes!
I mean, he's clearly shown that he is a leader who can get things done, and that he can take care of people with his, he was.
This isn't a job interview, Kalian.
Well, no,
You're gonna make me blush.
We need somebody to make sure the slaves hopefully get to Rankin safely with my paper. I say that if he promises to do that, we'll give him good paperwork.
But anybody.
But what if he just takes them?
That too. Anybody in this group could be just as good, if not better, than him at his job. At that job.
Well, we could.
Especially the dwarf. I'm sure the dwarf is probably amazing at it.
Racist.
Well, if there's someone better, we could definitely have it like a co-manager. We could like have a board or like a.
I've known a couple orcs in my days that were quite
Kalian,
studious.
I'll
Let's just
stop
start
you right
interviewing
there.
all of the slaves.
I think we both know I have no interest in leading those people. We know my talents are better suited elsewhere.
That's very disappointing, Ardro.
What?
I would think that you would take the opportunity to turn your life around and be more productive, but that's fine. I guess all I need from you is the location of Mr. Quickfang's current base operations.
I can give you a general idea. There's it's gonna be tricky to nail down any one spot.
Why don't you write me down as quickly as you can a list of all of the places that you went to, starting from most important to least important, while you were delivering packages or picking stuff up.
Sure.
And
Sure.
so write the location, and then next to them, like who was there, what they were for, like whether it's a drug distribution, whether it's a meeting place for soldiers.
We only have an hour, Kalian.
So he takes a piece of paper and he writes down a few things, and he actually like draws you a little diagram. So Quickfang's operation works like this. 3 main pillars of business. 1, smuggling in goods at the docks. He's stationed in Aura's city, and there's a large dock area on the western side of the city. And he's often got goods coming in from Silerai, or even from north from Isil, or south from Cyprus. Usually illegal stuff, a lot of arms dealing, drugs, that sort of thing.
Drugs.
it's where a lot of the income comes in. The second pillar of business was the one that I was involved in. More protection money, loans with interest that needs to be collected from every now and again. And then the third pillar, I can't 100% confirm this. It's a bit of speculation on my part. But Quickfang, as a member of the Blue Dragon Syndicate, sends a lot of his inner circle to other places, other syndicates, like to Cyprus or Iseald, even so far as Viver or Irgus at times, for missions. Was never privy to what those missions were. I feel like if I had been and hadn't just overheard Three Claw Coalition, I wouldn't be standing in front of you. Usually, though, the people he sends on his third pillar of business are the more dangerous ones. A lot of times they don't come back. It seems to be the more risky job. Not completely sure what's going on there.
Could you say it's risky business?
Definitely. As far as his location goes, Quickfang has a system. He rotates safe houses. He's never in the same place for more than 3 days. They leave no sign of their comings or goings. And to my knowledge, I don't think they've repeated a safe house in the time that I was a member. They move around a lot.
That's expensive.
Not expensive if you just have your operation be mobile. It's the same as being a nomad.
Urban nomad. Good
Yeah.
summation of it.
I say as a nomad.
Fair.
My last piece of advice to you is turn back.
Sorry, the way you said that was really...
If it's just you five, you ain't gonna get far.
I got a pseudo dragon.
Never underestimate the power of a man with Vanguard behind him.
And
Also,
if-
I have a lot of friends. And then I rage, summon my spirit guardians, and then instantly derage. Just as a point to, like...
Spoops!
Unfortunately, we don't exactly have the option of turning back at this point.
They killed my
And I
man.
kind of gesture to the pile of Dragon Syndicate badges.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I promise you, they didn't give me those willingly.
Well, I mean, that one was. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, there was.
You said.
Oh,
you
did we
said
get
they-
that one?
I'm being silly.
But did we get the really fancy one? Or did we not get to keep that?
I don't think you got to keep that one. I think
Damn.
Alistair kept
Oh,
his.
that was...
Okay,
Yeah,
Alistair's.
Yeah.
Alistair's.
We
Were
should
you
have
gonna-
swiped it.
we should have. Plans. When we go back into town, I'm swiping his fancy badge. What were you gonna say, Kyle?
So, Quick Fang changes location every 3 days, and he's never repeated a place.
Not to my knowledge, but then again, I didn't check in every 3 days. There's no discernible pattern that I could tell.
Question, Artie, real quick
Yeah.
before things wear off. Could we get a physical description of Senor Quickfang?
Good idea.
Male. About 6'2". He had his hood up the one time I did meet him, but from what I saw, I think he was an elf, maybe an Amorai. Really fine, fair features. He had white hair, yellowish eyes, and a scar across his right one.
Cross what?
His right eye.
Also, can I say real quick, while this is still happening, that we're a little sorry that we had to do this. The whole, I guess I'm gonna do this at 59 minutes, Joe. Whenever that is.
Okay.
Just let me know.
Okay. The other thing I know
Not that
is
sorry.
you all seem like real. He kind of looks around at the dead bodies of the slavers and rethinks that relatively nice people. You freed those folks over there. Don't seem to be wanting to make a profit off them or anything. Quickfang's not above sacrificing innocent lives to get what he wants. If you start coming for him, he's not going to be afraid to throw innocent lives in the way of you to prevent him from getting caught.
Oh boy.
By Van Gaul's grace, we will protect them and stop him from hurting anyone else.
If you're dead set on this godforsaken plan and going after him, my one piece of advice there would be don't go in head first. He's got 3 pillars of business. He's got ways to climb the ladder, so to speak, and get closer to him. Make him come to you. Make the fight happen on your terms and hit him where he's not expecting it.
Oh yeah, Artie, that is a war strategy 101. I've been alive longer than you. I could have told you that, but I appreciate the advice.
He's an elf. Oh, wait, you're ancient. I forgot. I forgot you were like literally.
I mean, it's kind of cheating because he doesn't remember more than like 2 years ago. But you know,
I have one more question. To your knowledge, does Quickfang have anyone he cares about?
Not that I know of. I don't think he's dumb enough to reveal that. Not in his line of business. But where your head's at, keep it there. You might stand a chance.
see, I don't like that line of questioning.
Like, I didn't say I was gonna kill him. Damn. If you want to bring someone's fight to you, you take something that they want.
Start with the money.
Yeah,
thinking-
I like that.
I'm thinking we go after the. Well, we're not gonna say it in front of this.
Yeah.
Now, what do we do with him?
Can I get back to my paperwork? Are we good?
Yeah, we're fine.
As you walk away, he's like, Kaylin, where are you going?
You didn't even propose yet.
I always felt like Kaylee would be more of the bride.
Okay, this is an equal opportunity setting. Women can propose to men. Tiffany.
That's fine. That's fine.
Sorry.
Okay,
Assuming you guys
I
don't have
said
any...
I feel that Kayleen was more of the proposee than the proposer. Politically correct.
After the questioning kind of concludes, a little bit more time passes, and he's about to come out of his effect of the spell, you would know, unless there's anything else anyone wants to question him.
I just want to try to be like as friendly as I can be during that hour. Which is not saying a lot
Yeah.
by any means.
I'm not punching you.
But like
I would like to try and perceive hives growing on Rinlin because she's being nicer.
Are you feeling okay?
I have a fever.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
I almost like just ended the call and just left. I'm done.
So,
No,
go ahead.
You know, just at the end of it, I after trying my best to be like friendly-ish, I guess, which isn't anything by normal standards.
Right.
I like apologize for having to use magic to charm him, and that I tell him that I genuinely want to be on good terms because he seems like a knotted murderer. and not a horrible person. But like Rinlin talk. So not...
Right. Okay. As you kind of say that, a few moments later, as you're saying that to him, he's like, I mean, I guess you're all okay. Kalian, a little better than okay. But you all are... And then he just kind of stops mid-sentence.
Oh no. I like... get into defensive pose.
His face kind of goes white, and he's like, I told you everything. Shit, I told that damn beautiful elf everything.
I can't charm anymore! Oh my god, I ship it.
I do. I'm so into it.
Thank
I
you,
don't
Joe.
know. He's a bad boy. He's not good for me.
Yeah, because you're an angel over there, Mr. Forgery.
For good cause.
He was evil for a goodish cause.
At best, gray.
For
Like-
his self cause. I mean,
It's a gray area.
It's a gray thing.
What are you gonna do with me now?
I don't know. Depends. What are you wanting to do?
Get far away from Arizia, I can tell you that much. Washu's sounding pretty
Well-
nice.
We can get you to rank.
Yep. Rank, I
Okay,
guess, has
good.
got a lot of good places to hide. And large bugs.
Not a big fan of those.
You can probably catch an airship from rank.
Rank, I guess.
Rankagesh to Washu.
I've totally pictured that
I'm
in character.
having problems today. I don't know what my deal is. I'm really tired. Okay.
I picture Rinlin being like, "Fucking hate rank that nation."
Like,
Looks-
just because
looks
we
at
had a really...
-1 intelligence.
Yeah.
It's accurate.
By the way, Joe, as I complete each person's paperwork, I'm going to give it to them with a gold coin.
I thought you were gonna say a gold star.
No,
It's
a gold
like-
coin.
a present.
Yeah, because I want them to have something to start their new life with, or to travel with, in case they
Okay.
need it.
Well,
That's 30 gold coins.
Yep.
Oh boy.
okay.
We have a lot of money, guys. It's fine.
I'm pretty flush. Yeah.
Alright. Ooh, I say to all the goblins and goblinoids,
God.
if y'all are looking for someone to band up with, there's a young
my God.
goblin named Noop. He is quite powerful, and if you tell him that I, Soul Ridge Lily, sent you to him, I'm sure he will accept you into his ranks.
Is this like the equivalent of talking about yourself? Because
Yeah.
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
Didn't
To some
Soul-
extent,
didn't David play Noop?
yes.
I
You
did.
did.
Soul, I'm not sure Noop is the best example.
Yes, he is. I
Noop is purr.
Noop is the best example of everything. It doesn't
I like
doesn't
to
even
point
matter
out-
what you were gonna finish your sentence.
my
I don't think
phone
Noop is the best
still-
example of a lawyer. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. My phone still corrects no to Noop
Good.
every time.
Yes.
The Noop.
Noop may not be perfect,
Yes, he is.
but he's been changed from some random goblin to the rescuer of his homeland.
Also, he's got a really cool ogre with him.
He does. And he knows how to use fire now.
Well, that's my concern.
You're just mad because he threatened to burn some books.
Well, I mean,
Oh my god.
You and I both know goblins exist on a completely oral history. They
that's
have
actually-
no.
not
There's like no
true.
written stuff.
There's some pretty interesting runes. If we actually spent some time in the jungle, because they used to be.
None of the
quite nomadic.
goblinoids or orcs are standing around you guys anymore. They've all kind of like wandered off as you guys
Yeah.
were talking about.
We
this
just
weird
spiraled
goblin.
into conversation about ranking.
book, the second books were mentioned, they just like left.
The second
Like-
like you guys started talking about this random goblin saying that you should trust him, and then all reminiscing about him, they all just kind of slowly shuffled away.
We're like, no, find Noop, join Noop's horde so we can do the Noop one-shot 2.0.
And I'm like, wasn't there another goblin who told us that we shouldn't assume that all goblins know each other or will end up knowing each other? I'm pretty sure we've had this conversation about racism once already.
Yes, but we told them to find Noop. We didn't assume that
Yeah,
they
but
knew
we didn't
him.
even tell them where he is. Like, hey, here, go find this goblin in the sea of possible other goblins. Have fun.
I wish Noop
And then
had, like,
other goblins are gonna be like, oh, hey, are you Noop? And then they're gonna be like, why do you assume I'm Noop? Or then they're gonna have to have a conversation about racism.
Guys, why are we all closet racist on accident? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. Is
Our
right.
drill is kind of pacing around. It looks like he's freaking out. He's still like in panic mode. Most of the other slaves are kind of standing around looking at their paperwork. Kalian, a lot of them did give you like names and stuff. Like, my name is... Oh,
Okay.
I'm from here. So,
Okay. I'll mimic their... If they want to go back there. I mean, if they were taken from there, I would advise that they go someplace new.
Well, they have family.
Yeah,
But,
what
I
if
mean,
they
if
got children or
If
something?
they have family or whatever, I'll give them what they can. Well, if they have family, I would suggest that they tell me about their family and I do paperwork for them too, and then they get them and go somewhere safer. But
I mean, a lot of these people could have just been captured because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
right.
that's what
Right,
it seems
so-
like.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so they
adjust
can
it.
get... Well, I mean, like, if they go home, it won't be an issue because they got caught by slavers in OSEP. If we can get them back home, they'll be safe.
Right. Right. So
Sort
I'll
of
adjust it. I'll adjust it per the situation.
So should we try to get these people back to at least somewhere that's not OSEP so they can go their separate ways and protect them from being reslaved?
So I was thinking, we have caravans. Why don't we just pretend? And we have somebody that can make an insane amount of food. I think there's safety in numbers. We should all travel together to the nearest airport.
Airport.
Well, airship port,
Airship.
dock?
Airship dock.
Airship dock. And then
Isn't
everyone's got paperwork, so we just kind of like make it there and then send everybody on their own way home.
Killian, nearest one I don't think is a great idea because the nearest one is where these caravans are supposed to show up with slaves.
Where were they headed to? I don't remember.
They're headed to either Samilia or Samata, right?
I know this place was pretty close to where the next city was.
Or Karakos.
Well, a lot of these cities won't have a port.
Allow me to go to starcalledstudios.com/map.
Or
And double check.
map.starcalledstudios.com.
Both work.
Yep. I just type
Yeah.
in map and it takes me there because I go to it way too often.
No, they came from Latensai and they're heading to either
No.
Samata or Samilia.
They were heading to Lotensai. Samata and Samilia
That's where they
are
came from.
unoccupied
Right.
because
heading
they
to-
are
Is it
Open.
Tursa? Is that
not
weird?
sealed.
Oh,
No,
so
they're
did they come from Karakos?
All right, so you see Lotensai? You
Yep,
see
yep.
the road that's leading out into the Nashendasorn?
Yep.
Right around that road, like right along that road, is where you guys were. They were kind of
Right.
like parallel to that.
Oh, there's Latensai. Okay.
So they were coming from like the Samata or Samila area to Lotensai.
Yeah, okay.
And they're going to... Where were they headed to?
Lotensai.
Lotensai.
They were coming
Okay.
from Samata or Samila.
Does Tursa... Is that how that's pronounced?
Where's Tursa? Oh, Tursa.
Above...
Yeah.
Does that one have an airship dock?
That one, yeah, it would have an airship dock.
Yeah, because we could either go... Depending on how... Well, like, how close are we in proportion to the Lake of Fire?
You're right along the road that comes out of Lotensai into the Nashendasorn. So you're like right at the corner of the four squares, pretty much.
Yeah, we're closer
On
to
that
the
road.
Lake of Fire than we would be Tursa.
That's what I'm saying, is we might be able to go around and go to... Because we know that that city that's on the inside of Valsheth Tears does have an airship
Unesten.
dock. Because that was one of the places we were going to go.
Unesten has an airship dock. Most of the cities do. It's just kind of like what ones are convenient. Unesten's a popular one because it's
Well, we probably
relatively fertile. But
We probably also don't want to take these caravans anywhere near Lotensai.
It wouldn't be going anywhere. It wouldn't be going around the city. It'd be going around the lake.
So you're saying like north, like through Lake of Fire, and north
Like,
around the lake?
Like going up to Velsheth Tears and just going around into Unistan.
Yeah.
Or we can
Fall
just breathe, or we can just go straight out into the desert to Tursa. But that would just take forever.
Follow the river to Valsheth's Tears, and
Yeah.
then but then we have to find a way to cross the river.
We just
Freeze it.
There's probably a bridge
Yes.
from Letopolis?
If we go all the way up, yeah.
Do we want to go that far north though? That's going to take a lot of time.
Letopolis?
I wonder if we could hail a what do they call those things? A ferry.
Actually, no. It just which side of the river is this? Is this a river? The thing going, the dark blue thing going south.
Mhm.
Okay.
Off of Valsheth's Tears?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a river. That's a
I'll
big
bet
river.
there's a
Really?
ferry from the river mouth to
Are we on the-
Unistan. Oh, go ahead.
Are we on
We're
the
not-
east or west side of the
We're
river?
on the east side.
We're on the east
Yes,
side.
you're on the east side.
Then it
So-
would be faster to go up to Letopolis, probably, and down.
If you look at Lotensai,
Yeah.
you go southeast and follow that black line until you get to the corner of like the 4 squares. That's about where you are.
Oh, we're way souther than souther. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a word. I thought we were
This is around the road.
y'all.
No, but
I'm done.
I'll bet there's a ferry. Like, I'll bet if we get to the mouth of the river, I'll bet there's a ferry to Unistan.
Maybe. So we follow the river for now. Follow the river north, and then make plans when we get there.
Yeah.
So your plan is to head mostly north but a little west until you hit the river and then follow the river?
Yep.
That's gonna put
And-
us really close to Lotensai again.
Northwest.
Yeah, we're gonna head directly north for a bit, and then we'll eventually start heading west.
I mean, I don't think anybody's going to stop and question us. And if they do, everyone's got paperwork now. As long as Soul
I'm
fills
worried about
our caravans with food.
I'm worried about the carts being recognized.
So
Is there anything that's distinct about the carts though, or are they just like generic ass carts?
They look rather generic.
Yeah.
Oh.
If there's anything that's not generic, I would like to change that.
yeah, let's pin
I've-
'em.
I vote
Get
we
rid of it.
just dump the cages.
Damn right.
Yeah, we should probably get rid of those. That's
Oh
shitty.
yeah. We just
Ridlin, would you enjoy smashing the hell out of these cages?
Smash!
Because I would really appreciate it if you did.
I don't want to break my hammer. Why am I Russian now?
Ridlin, if you think your hammer is going to break by bashing some shitty cages,
Oh,
you
I
do
don't.
not have enough faith in your
Oh,
hammer.
I don't. I'm just lazy.
Oh, okay.
Question, Joe.
Yeah.
The river that goes through the Yawling Mountains from Lotensai to Renkagesh,
Yes.
is that a river that actually flows through the mountains? Like we can take a boat
2 different
there?
rivers.
Okay.
They just kind of both, like, they start in the mountains and they flow down.
Okay, just making sure.
Because
I think
that's
the
how
only way to
rivers
get-
work.
I think the only way to get into Renkagesh is to go through the fort, isn't it? Fort or lobby.
Fort or airship.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were crazy,
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
probably climb the mountains, but
Yeah, with our carts and our 30 slaves.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we would
no
lose
slaves
all
anymore.
30 of them. All right.
Yeah, you would have to go to 3 points. Past 3 points.
Well, I vote we escort these newly freed citizens to the nearest safe airship dock, and
Yep, I agree.
then go from there. Maybe back to Alistair, give him the information we found out, and figure out where we're going from there.
Yeah, I figured we would just fly back to Kamturu.
Oh, really? I was thinking we'd go.
I thought we were
directly
gonna
to
go
the
to Erezi. Yeah.
Am I, did I black out? What's his dick at, Alistair?
He is.
Alistair is in Kamturo.
Yeah,
You are
okay,
not
but-
correct.
But Quick Fang is in.
Quick Fang is in
Orezia.
Orez City.
Oh wait, this is Zodiac Empires. We can send Blue Wind messages. What am I talking about?
Yeah, we could just like.
Fair,
Here.
we could just send him a note.
Yeah.
Just write done.
Done. And then I put like
From-
heart Renlin. We're not doing that.
All right.
I don't know if you said it in character, then Ember's solely signing Heart Renlin. Even if you didn't say it, she'd probably do it.
She wouldn't know. Okay, so what is the plan? So that we can tell
North.
Joe, so that we can
Yeah.
get the show on the road.
North for a while, so we know we're far enough north of Lotensai, then head west towards the river, follow the river to Valsheth's Tears, see if we can get a boat over to Anaston, and then airship out. And if we can send a note to Alistair, then we fly to Rezia.
Yep.
Real quick
What?
though, what is the Lake of Fire, and do any of us know anything about it?
It's a moat. I know that for sure.
It is not a moat.
Nope, no, it's not.
It is a
Oh,
location.
it's a location. Oh, a floating moat was above it. I was looking
Yeah.
at the key thing. Okay. Is
The
it a
Lake of Fire
Doesn't
is
sound
one of the
fun.
most badass places.
Like in a good way
In
or like a
Vathis.
dangerous way?
A happy, fun, joy place.
A little bit of both. It's a holy site
Oh.
of a certain god.
Oh, we're not going to the Lake of Fire. Is that a holy site for Kato?
Yeah, motherfucker.
Fuck that. We give that a wide berth.
What's the scale
It's-
of this map?
Brad's
Hold
gonna
on.
kill me for not knowing this.
Each square
It's at the bottom corner.
is
Legend.
Each
Uh,
square.
200 miles.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
So we could be like 100 miles away from it.
Yeah.
So
Oh
yes,
my god, I can't find Osept again.
stick to the river real
Yeah.
close. And I think we should set watches.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we have are we gonna have each one of us on our own cart?
Could.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the whole trip to continue making paperwork. So I would
Okay.
appreciate like making like a desk that I could work at in a car.
You don't have a lap desk?
Well,
Aren't-
without the cages in there, how many people fit in the cart? Because we all fit in one cart before.
Yeah, you guys fit in one cart fine. Without the cages, you probably can transport everyone. Without 6 carts, you could get away with 4. So you could ditch 2 of the carts easily.
I think we
Because
Yeah,
there's
I'll
not
drive the
slavers on them. You don't need as much supplies. Like, you can ditch some of the food that the slavers had, because when you need food, Soul can make it, so you
Yeah.
don't have to store a bunch of it.
and we can have some of them up front that are like want.
If
to
you
be.
really tried, like, you could probably get to 3 carts. Like, you could cut the
Nah,
carts
I
in
think
half.
4 is 4 is fine because then each of us can be on one and Soul can be Soul. Wow. Kalian could be inside doing whatever shady business you want to do.
Yep.
And
Um,
extra horses, do we hook those up to make it to where the carts are being pulled a little better?
Actually, I would not be opposed to just riding a horse. Riding one of the extra horses
That's what
Like
I
a
was thinking
sentry?
too, like having a couple of us riding horses.
as
Well,
it'd be
there
good
can
for
be a
having.
couple of us because Kalian is doing work. Then we need
yeah.
4 drivers for the cart. One of us can ride the other horse.
We can enlist the new
gesture-
free
I
slave.
gesture at all the 30 people.
Right. Can any of the other 30 people drive a cart?
I will say I don't know how to drive a cart, so like
One of the humans and one of the half-orcs, they're like, oh, I've driven a cart before. Yeah, me too.
so they can.
All right, so they're cart 1 and 2.
Wait, what are their names, Joe?
All
The
30 of them?
human's
Joe,
name...
I want next week. I want next time we play you to have every single one of these people have names.
Only if you interact with each one.
I fucking will.
Everybody, get in the line.
All right, you ready? You want me
I
to
bet
go
we
through
up.
all 20
Hi,
goblinoids?
how are
But
you?
seriously, what would be some names for the 2 that we're gonna have like actually doing stuff?
The human's name is Bentley.
You broke the DM.
He's trying to pull up his name generator.
The human's name is Bentley. And the half-orc's name is Zutu. Don't you laugh at his name.
I didn't.
Zutu takes offense.
That is a classic Rankin name.
Yes.
Zoot is a riot. I mean, he'd definitely throw back a bottle of beer.
I honestly just giggled because it sounded like you said toot, and I'm a 5-year-old. So
How tall is Zoot? Would he fit into one of my suits?
Zutu?
Zoot.
Zoot too?
Not
Oh, I
just
was
Zoot,
thinking-
it's
Zoot.
Zutu?
I wanted to give him a Zoot suit.
No.
I'll volunteer to ride on one of the carts to make sure that if it is attacked, it has defense.
Okay.
I would like to let Soul go first.
I would like to ride a horse alongside Ridlin. We could be
Okay.
the sentries.
I was gonna say to take a side.
Ardrill specifies that he does not want to ride with the beautiful elf.
I want him to. I assign him to that cart.
Tell him he has the choice to ride with the beautiful elf or Ember.
He'll go with
Yeah.
He'll go with Ember. He doesn't want to look at
Shit,
Killian's
he
pretty
really
ass
is not
lying
upset.
face.
He's really upset with you for not
Well.
proposing.
Well, he'd also distract me from my work. To be honest.
Because he's also very beautiful.
Is he attractive, Joe?
Joe, roll a d10. Joe, do this for me, please.
I rolled a 9.
Ooh.
Oh, he's hot.
Oh,
Oh.
boy.
You said he was like an elderly gentleman, right? Is he a silver fox?
He's not elderly, like middle-aged, like
Middle-aged for an elf. He's like
Yeah.
old as fuck.
Yeah, he's like 300. Actually,
Yeah.
not really.
he's like
not
220,
old.
230.
Yeah.
Still a youngster in my eyes.
Yeah,
I ship every.
Okay,
ounce of
Grandpa.
this.
Okay.
Why has this become the ship, by the way?
Well, I mean, we've got a couple ships now. Obviously, we ship Alistair Rinlin,
Alistair,
even
yeah.
though Ember also thinks he's dashing.
Alistair Rinlin,
And then-
Alistair Ember, Alistair Soul.
Soul, Soul and Rinlin.
A
Soul
tone in
and
Rinlin's
Ember.
javelin.
No, it's a tone in Ember's javelin. Get it?
No, Rinlin's javelin. Ember never javelined anyone.
yeah.
No, Ember hasn't javelined anyone, right?
Oh,
No,
no,
I don't have
I,
javelin.
Not in the party.
I don't have javelins.
I
Nope,
javelin.
and the fire.
Nuke
Yeah,
and
but
fire.
you said
Nuke and
Ember's
fire.
javelin.
Oh, Ember. Wow. I don't know which one of us is which, honestly. Like,
That's
Just-
fair.
Just call one angry and then one double swordy.
I mean, angry kind of applies to. It's smashy and
It-
slashy.
Smashing, slashing.
Yeah,
I like that.
smashy and slashy.
Good.
I love that even I mix up
Smashy
our
and
characters.
slashy show. It's. I'll be like, yeah, I get it. I do.
All right. So, with your marching order established and whatnot, you guys begin traveling north through the desert.
Would it be better to be up front or behind for keeping like a sentry?
If you're just on a horse, you're moving faster, so you could circle us and not fall back.
Okay.
Yeah, we could just set up like a routine where like one of us goes to the front, the other one goes and just keeps an eye out, just circle around.
Yeah, we'll keep like a distance away that we can still get to them, but like we're far enough ahead and away that we can like see any danger.
Mhm.
Like you know, people setting up pitfalls.
Kalian, go ahead and make a history check for me.
Oh boy, I'm so good at those.
Can I aid him? I want to give him advantage.
Sure.
Ooh, tush. Ooh.
And I said
26.
Kalian because I'm pretty sure he's the only one proficient in history. Is anyone else proficient in
Nope.
history?
I got a
Nope.
plus
Yeah.
4 history. Is that proficiency? That is, oops.
+4, you probably do.
Yeah, plus 3
Yeah.
proficiency bonus and 1 intelligence.
So if you'd like to roll as
Yeah.
well, a tone, you can feel free. Or if you wanted to just give him advantage, you can do that.
Nat 20, that's a 24.
Ha! I
And
got
I'm-
26.
And I'm done rolling for tonight.
So the two of you,
He finally crit, guys.
as you're kind of walking north the first day, you're thinking about the area, thinking about your plan to travel. Valshest Tears, you're thinking Unistan, and then something about just like thinking about Valshest Tears, you remember that there is actually a smaller town. It's not a full city. It's right along the river between Lotensai and Valshest Tears. It's a small town called Dinarath.
This isn't on the map. I feel lied to.
It's uncharted.
Dinner.
It's not on the map, May, because not all the towns and
Yes, they
villages in Vathis are on the map. Only
Yes, they
the
are.
large cities are.
Where'd you say
If
this
you
one
are
was?
playing without small towns in between, you are missing out on
Right.
many opportunities.
Joe, I'm
Well,
obvious.
how the heck are we supposed to know about them, Joe?
Yeah, Joe.
Joe has to tell us about them. That's how.
Do you know about every small town in Nevada, or do you know
Yes.
about the big cities like Las Vegas and?
If you want to know the real truth of the matter, Joe, I don't even know about Las Vegas.
If you want to
See?
know the real truth of the matter, I didn't actually remember that Vegas was in Nevada until you said it.
I've always.
So how would I expect you all to know about the little towns? You're proving my point.
Because I am as smart as my character, which is not.
Joe, where did you say Dinarath was?
So you see how like the river kind of curves a little bit to the west and then hooks slightly east and north? It's kind of right in that crook of the river.
What side of the river is it on, though?
It is actually, interestingly enough, a little bit on both sides. There's a ferry that kind of goes
Oh.
between each side,
Sweet.
and there's a little bit of the town on the one side, a little bit of the town on the other. It's a fishing village.
Fishing sounds like not shady.
Here's the thing. They're probably do they have an airship dock?
No.
I didn't think so. But we could cross over and then follow the road to
Yes, we
Osar
could.
instead.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes, we could.
Yeah.
More importantly, you won't be traveling for 1 billion days without
Yeah.
nothing happening.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
I missed that.
Um,
I'm sorry, but that's okay. I'll catch up.
Okay. You begin traveling north.
North.
Yep, north by northwest.
North with an F.
Yeah, north.
North.
That's how you say it, north. That's what I'm saying.
Continue. Yes, we're going north.
Takes you, let's see, that would be about 100, and that would be about, we'll say 80, 180. Traveling on horses, you can clear, what, 30 miles a day?
Oh, good gravy.
40 miles a day?
But how much food do we need for the horses, Joe?
David provides all that. Hand wave.
Hand waved. I'm glad that we can hand wave all that. Thank you, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually
Yeah,
really
appreciate you.
convenient.
We'll say it takes you, with reasonable breaks, about a week to get to Denarath.
That's a
We
good
got
bit of
some funky
downtime.
people.
I am clicking long rest. There we go. I am useful again.
Yes, you can all have a long rest. A week-long rest.
Do we really get a long rest if we're all keeping watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
you
mean,
still
we
sleep.
stop. Yeah,
I mean-
we still
I
have
mean,
to
you
stop
guys-
at camp at night.
Yeah, you guys get to sleep, and I get to keep watch all night.
Yeah. And by that he means he just watches us.
Watch it. I watch you while you sleep. I'm sorry. I watch y'all while you sleep.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for fixing it. All y'all.
Did you know a town breathes the deepest when he sleeps?
I don't know why that was so funny.
Oh, you
God.
guys.
It's canon now.
As you're traveling along, you're getting to know some of the slaves better. They're all very happy to not be slaves anymore.
Oh, yeah, I want to be friends with the dwarf.
You want to be friends with the dwarf?
I want to be friends with the dwarf.
His name is Murgor.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Murgor.
Sounds like murder.
Murgor was he was actually an adventurer. Him, one of the female elves, the halfling, and one of the humans were actually in Samata, and they were some of the last people to get picked up. They were looking for treasure there. They didn't find any. Instead, they found some slavers and got captured.
Oops.
Did we ever? We got a bag of holding, don't we?
Yep.
Did we ever stash any weapons in there? Can we arm these adventurers?
I don't think we stashed anything pointy in there.
I personally, I'm
Oh,
just kidding.
we-
Hold on, let me
we
go look
did.
at my gear.
We did stash things pointy. We were just smart about it and like wrap stuff around the
Yeah, you specify.
pointiness.
I also just have 10 throwing hammers.
Yeah, there is.
So
In our bag of holding, we have one
And a
set of
warhammer.
studded leather, one great axe, and one spear, weapon-wise.
And I have a secondary set of swords.
If you'd like to arm the 4 random adventurers who were captured, you can.
yeah,
I think we
Yep.
I think we
I
just
think
like
we
ask
should.
them to like help with like if they would be ask them if
Watch.
they'd be okay with like being on watch and like actually being
Yeah.
like guards.
They are more than happy to. As time goes on, other than you guys who clearly have like everyone kind of turns to you as the de facto leaders of the little group as you guys have come this far. Because you guys kind of arm them and give them a chance, this small little band of adventurers kind of becomes like the secondary group of people. Like if Ember or if like Kalian's really busy like riding in the same cart as like the halflings riding in, someone will ask like the halfling a question like, can we stop for water soon? And so they kind of like work their way up to be almost like de facto
They were
leaders of
second
this
in
little group.
command.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we were on ships, they would be our first mates.
Yes. Each of you would get a first mate because that's how that works.
The dwarf is mine.
Dibs halfling.
We all
Um,
have our favorite children, Joe.
the halfling is a bard.
I love it. Is his name Fiddle?
No.
Alright, I'll take the human.
If his name was Fiddle, I would not dibs him because he would be a pain in the ass.
His name isn't Fiddle, it's Cello.
I think Saul
It's
would
Viola,
take
thank you very
favor.
much.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think Saul would take favor to the lady elf.
Oh,
would
yeah,
he?
you would.
Um,
Soul's a ladies' man.
And a man's man.
And a man. Yeah,
That's
Saul
true.
has no preference.
He's just a man. He's a person, man.
He's not even a person. He's barely a person. We're barely people.
you
Well, I'll
continue
take the
on
human who I give my swords
with your
to.
new friends, and you eventually
love it.
arrive in Denoreth.
Yay. It sounds like dinner, so I like it.
As you enter the small town, you notice a few peculiar things. One, when you're kind of entering, there are a couple houses here that look to be not in good shape. You see one when you kind of enter the town, and another one when you're a little bit farther in, but it looks like they recently suffered a large amount of fire damage. No roofs on them anymore, all burned up. The foundations are still there with a few standing like support walls, but that's about it. Most of the insides have been burned out, charred, ash, really thorough fire. There are 2 houses like that as you kind of enter town. People kind of look at you a little strange with such a large group of people, and they kind of look and they see there's a bunch of orcs, and they
Oh god, we look bad.
kind of assume like, oh, they're armed, they have a bunch of orcs,
Raiding.
probably slavers is kind of like the assumption that people are giving you. But then those who are a little bit more observant will be like, oh, the orcs aren't bound, huh? And they kind of shrug and don't seem
I want
to
to
really
ask
care.
what happened to the house. Like, I'll just jump off my cart.
Oh,
Tell
It's like random person.
this house?
Yeah, just like random people. Yeah, like the burnt houses. I want to know.
Fire.
Thank you.
I'm like, there's only 2 houses that were hit. Was it fire on purpose?
Sorry, I just seen a note. tough to say. There've been a good number of fires in the past month or so.
Like, do you know what's causing the fire?
I assume the heat.
What?
Houses are spontaneously combusting.
I mean, that's
Listen, I don't know. It's a family affair, I'm pretty sure. The houses are all connected by the same family. I don't want to get involved. I don't want my house burning down too, so...
I'm like, I get it.
sounds like not our problem.
And, I mean no offense by this, but you and your group here look a little out of place, and, if you're in trouble, I don't want to get mixed up with you either, so... I just live here.
I'm like, we're just passing
Work at the
through.
general store. All right. If you need anything, come
Soul
on
is just
down.
in the background, riding his horse majestically.
We have great deals on water skins.
I just don't eat it.
I see you have it covered. Okay.
I don't actually do that, but I feel like being a nice person. I want to be nice, and then I remember that my character's like chaotic neutral and doesn't give a shit about people.
Well, mine's chaotic good, so she cares about people. She just does it chaotically.
Because I was gonna like give them water and like restock the general store with water since I could do that for free, but then I was like, don't think I'd care.
If you're interested, there is also an inn in town. I think they have enough rooms that they could sleep most of you. Maybe not your slaves. Are
They're-
those
They're not
slaves?
slaves.
Oh. Then probably most of you. You might have to double up in a few rooms, but beats sleeping in a
that
cart.
would be awesome. We haven't slept in an actual bed in some time.
I'd rather.
Down the road.
Slept ever.
It's the Silver Asp.
Ass?
The what?
Asp.
Asp. Snake.
I was
Joe, I
like,
love you.
pardon
Joe-
me?
The Silver Asp.
Ass.
Y'all don't need to be talking about my booty like that.
Asp.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm eating a shit today.
It's okay. It's karma,
Okay.
really.
I'm like, well, could you give us directions to the Silver Asp?
Yes.
Pronounces it exactly like that.
You pronounce it very strange, but it's down the road. It's the large building, red bricks, sign out front. Can't miss it.
I'm like, appreciate your help.
No problem. Like I said, I work at the general store. In addition to water skins, we also have a fine selection of travelers' eating utensils, little mess kits.
Like that. Maybe we might have to stop by.
Only
What's your
14
name?
silver pieces. My name? Omar.
DM panics. Omar.
Omar of the general store. Like, all right,
That's what they
Omar.
call me. Omar of the general store.
It's his last name. It's a family name.
I'm like, well, my name's Ember. We'll have to stop by sometime. Thanks for your info.
Bye.
You're welcome, Ember of the not slave owner.
Oh my god. Fuck.
I'm like, well, I mean, that's not the worst thing I've been called. I climb back on my cart and tell everyone that there's an inn down the way. And a general store. With water skin and eating utensils.
So for the first time, Kalian looks like he hasn't like freshly showered and cleaned. His hair is crazy. He's got ink on his finger. He's been working
my God.
himself ragged. He's like, do they have paper and ink at the general store?
Get back off.
I kind of like lean over my cart again. I'm like, hey, Omar.
He's a bit down the road, so you have to kind of call out to him. And he turns.
Okay.
I just clock up to him.
Hey,
Yes?
Omar.
Yes?
Do you have paper and ink?
Oh, yes. The general store has great deals on paper and ink.
Hey, thanks.
We also have
Oh my god.
quills from exotic birds.
Oh, Kaylin's
Feathers
gonna
of
go crook in
exotic
this
birds.
store.
We use them and we make quills. They look very nice.
I don't
Thanks,
know why.
We can
Okay.
match whatever interior you have for your study. Just
Kelly's
not
having a wet
blue.
dream.
We're out of
I
blue
could
feathers.
really use a new fine point quill because this one's getting a little floppy. 'Cause it's been
Floppy.
overused.
I'd like to point out this
Yeah.
is one of my favorite NPCs, Joe.
He came out of nowhere.
I don't even really know why. Like,
He went from literally like not wanting to talk to us at all to being like, I work at the general store. Look at all the things I have.
All right, y'all. Let's get on the mosey and down to this inn. Get these nice folks we've been escorting into some comfy beds, and we'll
I'm like a shower.
figure it out.
Roger that, Soul. We'll move him right on it.
I would like to set up a very strict, like talk to the other adventurers, and I guess anybody in our party that wants to, and try to set up like a very strict, like, this many slaves to this room with this, like, with a guard, like, sort of thing.
The halfling
Right.
says, "Can we not call them slaves anymore?"
Yeah,
The player, is calling them that for distinction, Joseph.
Okay.
Joseph Hosef.
See, I'm being as much of an ass right back to you.
Yeah, you want to fucking, I will come over there.
Please do. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure the whiff would love it.
She would.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Internet.
Excuse you.
Bless you.
That was gorgeous.
I don't think Soul has to do that.
He does though, 100%. Let's be real.
Just randomly just makes up burp sounds for no reason.
He heard somebody do it once.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, I feel it humanizes me.
Yes. Do you like my
Hey.
human noises?
Soul just wants to be like other girls.
It makes me seem more mortal than I am.
Yeah.
I want to be
It-
where the people are.
It's just teenage girl things, guys.
I want to experience bowel movements.
That should be on like your ideals or like bonds or something. Just wants to poop.
Just wants to poop.
Life goals poop.
Just once, that's all I need.
We're gonna get a wish spell, and Soul's gonna be like, "I wish I could poop."
Just once. I feel like out of session, he's probably asked every single one of us like
What does it
about
feel
like
to
about like
poop?
weird not just that, just like weird human things that like he can't do. Like
Like one time when you accidentally choke on your own spit, and he's like, "How
Did
does
it
that
taste
happen?"
bad?
yeah, he's like marveling at like
Like you're sweating. He's like, Do you get like more? Can you like slide all over the place?
just like licks one of us. Oh, you're. I see you're giving more water, Redland. Just don't.
All
don't
right.
ever actually. I can do
So we
that.
set up a strict
Yes.
schedule for the number
Not
of former slaves who are now freed peoples to a room, and then a posted guard for each of the freed people rooms to make sure that they are safe.
Okay.
I just want to point out that it's really sketchy that we have a set number of freed people per room, and then a guard guarding the freed people per room.
I would like to go up to the bartender and put a platinum down and be like,
We
if
were
any
here.
of our people come up to this thing, you give them a drink, and don't charge them. They've been through a lot.
Okay.
Do we really need to guard each room, or can we just like guard the whole silver asp?
Right, that was what I was thinking.
Windows are a thing.
Like, what,
So when you go to the Silver Asp, the inn isn't that big. So the innkeeper's like, "You're lucky we don't have any other people currently staying because we have pretty much just enough rooms for all of you. You can pretty much buy out the inn.
Can't we own this inn now?
You don't get to own it.
For
You
the
just
night.
get the rooms for the night. Yeah, basically.
how much would it cost to buy it, just out of curiosity?
We're not gonna own a random inn in a random town.
Hey, real estate investment is a serious career goal.
Okay, so your DM is going to help you with something. You guys actually didn't ask what loot any of the slaver people had.
Oh my god, we didn't loot the bodies.
So we're going
Yeah.
to pretend that you got all the gold that they were carrying, and that for a good half of that gold, you'll be able to buy out the inn. So you guys aren't taking gold away.
Oh, that's awesome. Go us. Also, I feel like we asked at the end of the session what we were going to loot, and then we never did.
That's 100% something we would do.
That
On accident.
sounds
Yeah, I
Right.
definitely would have picked up like all functional bows and stuff because I know like if we can't
guess-
use them, like we could have completely outfitted our second group of people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we could outfit a lot of the not slaves too. We could have just, like, fucking armed everybody.
yeah. We can say you guys did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way we don't have to add anything.
Give them a
into our
fighting
inventory.
chance.
You also would have gold to give them to start their new lives, quote unquote, without actually subtracting from Kalian's supply.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I seriously just want to subtract from Kaylin's supply at this point. Like, just let him do it, even though we have a shit ton of gold.
Like, yeah, there's the big party fund, but he keeps spending his money. All right, cool.
And we're just like,
hey
Yeah,
man,
our
that's
party
what
fund is
life
pretty
spends
ridiculous,
money on.
but it's good to have in a tight spot.
So yeah, you guys are able to settle down for the night. There is a small tavern in the Silver Asp. There appears to be some merriment. Some of the locals come in and drink there in the evening sometimes.
I'm just, like, majorly on edge the whole time. And, like,
Okay.
staring people down.
You do get a lot of looks, only because there aren't that many dwarves in the area.
Hey, there is 2 dwarves in the area. At least.
You're not wrong.
Statistically speaking. Probably went up by 2.
Is there anything anybody would like to do here?
Oh, I'm gonna go buy some paper and ink.
Okay, you're going to the general store?
Yeah, because I've probably like wiped out my forgery kit.
Is anyone going with Kalian to the general store?
No, he
I
can
will
get
go to
kidnapped.
the general store.
Oh.
Yeah, I would like to see the stocks that they have. I mean, they probably not have anything I want to buy, but you might,
Okay.
you could peruse.
I'd probably want to buy some of those water skins to give to our adventurer people for when we leave them.
Okay. As you walk into the general store, quote unquote, it is a little bit of an oddity out here. You've seen stores like this in Eresia and Viver and whatnot. They're almost small, like department store type things. Very similar situation, only this one's clearly got a little bit more of an Oception flair to it. This guy's got everything you could ask for. He's got clothes, he's got food, he's got tools, he's got odds and ends, he's got decorations, he's got furniture,
I would like to buy a chair.
he has them, if you would like to. But yeah,
Alright,
as
well,
you walk
I'm
in,
gonna go and try and find the water skins and start counting out like 30 of them.
Oh god.
Okay.
That's a good idea. I'm just gonna buy. a
you
new
find the
forgery.
water skins, start counting them out. Eventually, Omar walks up to you. Ah, yes, not slave owner. You've come to the
Not slave
general
owner.
store.
And friends.
Like, hi, general store Omar.
Omar of the general store. If you
My
please.
bad.
Oh.
Omar of the general store.
How can I assist you? Are you interested in those
My-
water skins?
Yes, I'd like to buy them.
They are a very reasonable price. 15 silver pieces per water skin.
That's 1.5 gold right there for one water skin.
Yes, 15 silver pieces.
I feel like we're gonna have to do some
Okay.
bargaining, guys.
It's like 45 gold and I have that, so I'll probably just give
Hey.
it to him.
Bargain with Omar General Store.
Ember is really bad at this. So when someone stops her, she
Oh,
will
Omar
just-
loves Ember.
I would like to persuasion Omar General Store. But it comes off as intimidation because I'm an awful human. Mostly because I'm a dwarf. But you know. No, I'm not gonna intimidate him. No, I go up to him and I'm like, do you think that we could get those for a little bit of a discount since we're helping not
slave owners.
slaves re-establish their livelihood with your fine wares?
I don't know if we really want to advertise that in this
He knows.
particular
We're not
location.
Servitude is part of life here in Osept.
Oh wait, yeah, no, we're in OSEP, fuck.
Yeah, these people are kind of shitty.
I mean,
That's really racist of you, Kaylee.
Wait, it's really racist to say people that practice slavery are
It's
shitty?
really racist to assume that all people in the country are shitty just because slavery is
It's
present in
not
the country.
racist, it's nationalist.
Nah, sure.
it's not racist, Joe, it's just true. But
Anyway, Ember's really confused about whether or not she should, in fact, give this money to this man because she wants the water skins, but apparently this is not good price.
give us a good old friendly discount.
I tell you what, you are buying many water skins. I will give you a discount. Only 10 silver pieces per water skin for each of the 30 you're buying.
He's like, I'm just surprised this guy had 30 water skins, honestly.
I think
I mean,
you
it
might
is on the edge of the desert.
be able to do a
Yeah, you're
little bit better, sir.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more off of that price. I mean, we are buying basically all of your water skins.
You are buying all the water skins that are currently out on display. I do, after all, live next to the Nishendasorn Desert. Water skins are in high demand here. I tend to keep a good stock. As far as a better deal goes, well, here at the general store, I like to make deals depending on how much people buy. So perhaps if you were to buy a few other objects, we can do a higher percentage off your total purchase.
Paper and ink?
What was his name again?
Omar of the general
Omar of
store.
the general store.
Omar, would you possibly have anything
general
that
store.
goes boom?
Descriptive.
That's a fair question.
Kinda
Yes.
just like explodes whenever heat is applied.
Like,
Yes, my wife when I come home late. That was a joke. I do not have any explosives.
or a
Oh,
wife.
you know what? I
I feel
respect
like
that.
Ember got a really good kick out of that because I did.
I respect that, Omar. I understand. I've
My
never
wife's
had a wife, but
Me
I've
neither.
seen
Again,
them.
it was a joke.
Oh,
I live alone.
Oh! Soul goes, my wives are also crazy.
But I
Couple husbands
understand
too.
not wanting to deal in gunpowder or explosives in general. They are.
What is
dangerous.
gunpowder? No, gunpowder doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, what is it? Is it those crystals?
Vedra. It's the stuff that you're made of.
Yes.
Oh, I thought gunpowder still existed.
Nope.
Or black powder, I guess.
Nope. No black powder.
Really? Not at all?
Nope.
Huh.
I understand
The more you know.
not carrying the excitable crystal that I am made of.
It is very rare, very expensive, and hard to acquire. Not something you would find in a general store.
Yeah, you never know. It never hurts to try. I appreciate your time.
And I appreciate your faith in my ability to acquire wares.
Does he have wares out on the shelf, Joe?
Yes.
I'm literally just taking paper and throwing it into my extra dimensional spot pocket. And like ink.
Are you like, you're like, oh, I'll pay for this.
Yeah, paper. Yeah. But I need it.
Okay.
Well, I need like 40 pounds
God.
of paper and ink.
There's so much paper and ink.
We do in fact sell our paper and ink by the pound. 40 pounds. That will be 40 silver pieces.
But a discount, right?
That is after the discount. But we can cut another 3 silver pieces off each of the water skins.
Okay.
100%, you guys are gonna have to do that math for me.
What was it? It's 7
Okay.
for water skin now, right?
Yeah, it's
Seven.
7 per water
30.
skin now. So
7 times 3 is
21.
10 silver.
Yeah, so that divided by 10 is 21 gold.
I have a really important question.
Yes.
Does he have any like Oception liquor?
I do.
High quality.
Yes. If you give me a moment, I will go get that for you.
Oh, while you're back there, do you have a cloak that would fit a non-mortal of my size?
A what?
Cloak,
A cloak.
preferably sand-colored.
An
Do
odd
you really wanna
request,
spend this
but
much time
I believe
in
I have
sand?
some. Give me one moment, please. Please.
Reversible if you got it.
I want it to be known that Ember has decidedly not given into the sand and is still wearing like all white and light gray clothing for like Isilde, so she literally stands out like one just white blur.
White's
Oh.
not so bad in the desert.
Also, since I don't think these horses had them, can I buy a saddle? Please?
Sure.
My butt hurts.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, white
Uh,
and ice blue would look a little weird in a.
40
yeah, the
pounds.
blue would be rough.
Oh yeah.
40 pounds
Those
of
are my colors.
paper
and
is
she's
40 silver
decidedly
pieces.
Not done with anything. Like she's like, nope, this is it.
I wear
I don't
mostly
care where
like,
the fuck we go.
I wear a lot of black. Like
For-
black and white and fur.
Yeah, Omar eventually comes back. All right, 40 pounds of paper and ink is 40 silver pieces, plus 7 silver pieces per water skin at 30 water skins makes it 210, plus the 40 makes you at 250 silver pieces. This fine Oception, I think you would call it tequila.
Oh boy. I'm gonna
Will
die.
run you a total of 70 silver pieces.
7 gold.
Yeah.
And then your saddle I will give you for a mere 3 gold. And you, young man, wanted a cloak. I have this. He holds out a fine cloak. On the one side it is sandy colored. On the other side it is black. It is a velvety cashmere material. Very nice, very high quality, finest silk in all of Ocept. I can give you this for 5 gold.
That sounds like a wonderful deal for a wonderful cloak, sir.
We're up to 40 gold, by the way. By the way, our freed people probably had really lousy clothing, right?
Probably.
Does he have like 30 sets of clothing?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Joe.
Let's order that too.
Yes, each set of clothing, various prices, probably 1 gold each.
70 gold total.
Do you have like a halfling sized one and a dwarf sized one?
We have child-sized.
Yeah, well, it'll do, I guess. Do you have like chubby child sized? Like,
We have dwarf-sized,
okay, thanks.
I think, in the back. Let me check. Yeah, we have it.
Thanks, Joe. Does it look about like it'll fit the dwarf?
Yeah,
Okay.
might be a little tight, but
I'll loosen out the sides for him.
okay.
He probably doesn't like sleeves anyway.
So after tallying up your total, it is looking like we are at 700 silver pieces or 70 gold pieces, 7 platinum pieces. For you all, though, because you are being such generous customers, I will cut it down to 69 gold pieces.
Alright, I think we should give this guy 6,900 copper pieces.
Done.
I am in agreement.
We go to the bank and we cut it down to smaller bills.
Nah, I already had 6,000 copper pieces in the bag of holding. We're good.
Did you really?
No, I'm kidding.
God damn it! I was so excited. I was.
Just tip the bag of holding onto his counter.
Don't do that to me. I was.
All right, one moment before you leave. 1,
1,
2,
2.
3, 4.
Okay, Caleb, calm down.
It's my favorite
Alright,
joke.
so Ember's just gonna go ahead and give him money. She would have given him money earlier, but you guys stopped this whole transaction, so she's just like,
Are we gonna use party funds for this?
I assumed.
yeah, go ahead.
Thank you very
So,
much.
69 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
The
same number.
general store appreciates your patronage.
This guy just made his nut for the year.
Yeah, he
I
totally
can't
just ripped us off.
He's happy.
I wish I cannot wait for this guy to backstab us. By the way.
You mean like sell out the fact that we're freeing slaves?
Yeah. Good thing nobody told me
Yeah.
about that.
Or fact that he charges what 7 copper for a water skin.
7 silver. And that's if you're buying a ton of other stuff.
Yeah, silver.
Yeah, isn't a water skin like in normal
silver.
circumstances? Yeah,
2 silver.
but also desert.
I'm pretty sure I overcharged you on everything.
You should have. This guy.
That was my
yeah.
goal, and I was just doing it off the top of my head for
Yeah, we were getting swindled.
what
in 10, but
sounded
it's fine.
kind of reasonable. It's great.
I think the saddle is the only thing you didn't, because I'm pretty sure a saddle is like ridiculous.
Well, the saddle wasn't cheap. I did like
It was,
5
yeah,
gold
3
for it.
gold.
3 gold?
I'll have to go check. Oh, I guess it depends, because there's like different. Hold on, let me check. Because
I got it right here.
yeah, like a riding saddle is 10 gold.
Oh wow, yeah.
Get fucked.
Yeah,
You got a blanket. You got a saddle for a blanket price.
Actually,
Yeah, he probably sold you a pack saddle, which is 5.
no, I wanted a riding saddle. A booty.
Anyway,
I needed the full like.
Comfort.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are given a small crate that has all these things in it.
Really?
I give it to Soul.
I got this.
Soul is easily able to just carry the crate like on his back. No effort. Walks all the way back to the inn with it.
alright. And then I want to pass out like everyone gets a water skin and the set of clothes or whatever. And I even begrudgingly go up to Ardrill and give him his own set.
Artie.
I'm actually gonna
thank you.
follow behind Ember and make sure everyone's clothing looks properly pressed, cleaned,
Not slave wear.
and that everything matches with prestidigitation.
Okay.
So, like, I
On
feel
your
like
way
that-
back.
That coat looks bad
Oh,
on
boy.
you. Trade
On your way back to the inn, you
Wait.
pass by another house that looks like it was caught on fire.
I mean, that's nice, but that's not our problem, Joe.
Okay.
I see you trying to plot hook us, but
Railroad the DM.
DM's like,
Can't you see we'd rather get swindled out of the general?
yeah, we have a lot better things to do than do your intricate plot lines, Joe.
Another merchant is waiting for you at the inn.
Yes!
And boy, does he have some deals for you.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
I want to go look at the house that's burned down.
God damn it! Tiffany,
Y'all can go.
what did we just talk
I
about?
was the one who jumped out to look at the burned down house before.
We're not giving Joe
There's
this.
not much to see. It's just a burned down house, you know.
See?
I mean, if everyone else doesn't want to hear about it, I mean, I won't make a
You
big deal.
sound
of
so
it.
dejected, Jesus.
I was gonna ask about it whenever we got back to the inn, but we can hear about it now.
Yeah, I was just gonna like ask. I was gonna ask the innkeeper, be like, "What the fuck's up with this?" And the innkeeper's probably, it's a family thing, and I was gonna go, "Not our business."
Joe's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's fine if you don't look at the burned house. Just don't be surprised when everyone burns in the middle of the night.
We're gonna do burn down our inn that we now own.
I was thinking I probably should have went and investigated the first 2 houses while they were at the store because I really didn't do anything. But I never said it.
I'd like to point out, I go, what are they gonna do? Burn down the inn, and then it jump cuts to them burning down the inn.
But Ember, it's literally the same story as the other two that you saw. Burned down,
Does it
no
look
sign of any.
Fresh.
AF.
Within the past month or so, you would say?
Is there a point of ignition?
Not that you can tell.
And it just stops on the outside of the house. Like nothing else is really burnt.
Just that house burned down. It is in relatively close proximity to other ones, where it's conceivable that they could have, like, not caught fire or maintained very minimal fire damage that was kind of fixed up in recent times, though it doesn't look like they've been fixed up recently. They still look weathered and older, so.
I'm like, I go back to the group and I'm like, something's not right about the houses.
Let's go. Look.
Only that house is burned. And it's close enough to a bunch of other houses that realistically they would have sustained some damage. Fire, burns.
Especially in this dry climate.
Okay, I'm sure somebody did something sketchy, and somebody got pissed about it. Like, not our business. Bigger fish to fry, kids. And by that I mean...
They're like all fish.
By bigger fish, I mean like...
But there's 35 of us now.
Oh my god. Fine. You know what? We're gonna go on a 35-man adventuring party. We're gonna find out what the fuck's going on in this town.
No, guys.
Roll initiative.
This is where you split the parties. Each of us,
Yeah,
take,
Everybody take a sword, go door to door, figure out what the hell's going on.
each of us take 6 of the non-slaves and go
Yeah.
our separate ways.
Yeah.
That's
Now
what
we
we're
want
calling them, non-slaves.
I want you to DM for all 6 of us in separate fucking...
Don't think I
Separate
won't.
6-man parties.
Every week it's a different person. Oh, it's your... Mom said it's my turn with the DM!
Don't think I won't.
So let's go investigate the houses.
Are you guys taking me with you?
Should
or
we
am
go
I
back to
still
the
doing
inn
the same way?
first?
Yeah, do you guys want to
We
take
haven't
our
even gone
crate?
back to the inn.
We're just walking around with the crate.
Oh, I thought you were already back at the end because I didn't go to the store with you guys.
Yeah, we just gave out clothes, I think.
All
So we were
the not
at the
slaves are all dressed and happy and thankful that you bought them new duds. Even
Looks-
Ardrill.
Does he give like a longing look?
Is it
No.
awkward when it comes time for like me to check? Like I'm going person to person, checking their clothes,
He
straightening it up.
walks away when you start getting close.
Alright, good.
Now, Artie,
would've
that
been
was
awkward.
just rude.
Ardra, what is your deal with Kalian, man?
I don't want to talk about it.
Do you, like... He's a decent person. Just...
Like, maybe he thinks he's too decent.
If it's about the charm spell, he didn't mean anything by it. It was just a quicker way of getting things done. That way we didn't have to hurt you any, and you weren't hurt. We weren't hurt. We were all happy by the end of it. Well, you weren't happy. You were charmed. But I mean, we're okay now, and I've given you pie in like the last 3 days. How can
He
you
was-
not be happy?
He was doing it to protect... He was doing it to protect you from me. It was in your best interest.
Did Rinla just call me a decent person?
Good thing he's out of earshot.
Yeah, I guess.
Rinlin
I'm actually really like taken back by the fact that Rinlin called him a decent person.
But Artie, buddy, tell me what's going on. I would like to help you in any way I can.
Yeah, I guess. Same.
Nothing's going on. I just don't need my clothes cleaned for me.
Okay.
Yes, but he's making sure they all fit and they look good. It's not like he's just cleaning them. He's making sure that you are more presentable than you were when you walked in the building. It's
You
a.
saying I'm not presentable?
You were...
No, I'm saying that your clothes aren't as good as they could be. You, sir, are on a scale of 1 to 10.
A 9. A 9. A solid 9.
You, sir, are up there with this bartender we met a little bit ago, and he was
I
a
just
10.
got that, May.
That seems entirely random, like it was determined by chance or something.
Dice mostly, honestly. We took it. We
Me and-
rolled for it.
Me and
We
Renlin
have
are
we
just
have
on
an
a.
arbitrary rating system.
And me and Renlin are really good about stating out the same number.
No, yeah, it's rehearsed. No, we're just soulmates. Oh god, I hate myself.
Oh.
Ugh. Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Oh.
Artie, it's all right.
Artie.
I understand. I understand being upset at someone charming you, and I understand falling for a guy that's as pretty as Kalian is.
What?
Is he blush?
I have a +4 to insight. You can't hide that.
Is he blushing? Joe, I need this. It's important.
A little.
And I don't blame you for it. If I could, do things with people, I would let myself fall for people like that all the time.
Wait, you can't?
He doesn't
Oh,
have genitals.
I like visibly am upset. I'm like, huh.
And Ember's just like, he doesn't have genitals.
Yeah, but I love people. I've loved many people. I just can't do anything with them, and that is something that you have over someone like me. So embrace your mortality and go love
Bang Kalian.
freely, sir.
Sorry.
We're getting so weird.
He just kind of blinks at you. And he just turns and he walks away.
No, come back!
No, come back. Would you like any jambalaya before you go away?
He doesn't stop. He walks up to his room and he closes the door.
I put
Oh my-
Kalian on his watch.
Poor Kalian, who's completely oblivious.
Yeah, my head is in a book.
Hey, yo, bookworm.
Yeah?
I think Artie there's got some feelings for you.
That would be totally inappropriate. I mean, he's
Yeah.
a member of the Dragon Syndicate. And he refused my wholehearted suggestion that he become a more productive member of society.
Can we talk about the fact that those were your concerns and not that he was a he? So, are you
So, derail.
so like?
Does that
I
mean-
assumed with Priscilla, but do you go both ways?
I mean,
It's an elf thing.
whatever.
Mm.
I have
When
a.
you-
A person is attractive more for their personality.
Okay, good to know.
And Artie Shore's got more than just personality.
Yeah. His moral.
I don't know. His personality is kind of like a freaking wet blanket.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten the chance to know him, assholes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We got to get him drunk. We should get him drunk.
Oh my god, get crunk.
I feel like Artie probably doesn't want to drink with us.
But I have this sick Oception tequila, and tequila makes his clothes come off.
I also have a soul.
There's no way for you to know that.
Oh god.
They better not
What
come
have I
off too
done?
fast because we just bought those clothes and I want them to stay clean.
Okay, sorry. We'll get him naked and then get him drunk.
Okay.
Wait.
Mm-mm. Drunk and then naked.
But
Rachel, are you glad you came in at this exact moment?
oh god.
Hi, cousin.
Oh god, there's a lot of text going on that I did not see.
Yeah.
I don't even have it pulled up. I don't even know what's going on.
Thank you for the sub, Rachel. Drunk and naked.
I see that.
Wait, is it naked then drunk? Is that what we're decided?
It doesn't matter as long as the clothes are neatly folded and like placed on the bed.
So for those of you just
around.
joining who weren't paying attention, they found the person who they wanted to get information from. To get information from him, Kalian charmed him. And within that charm, the gentleman showed an attraction to Kalian. And the party got kind of attached to this, and they're kind of like,
Running with it.
really running with it and making Joe roleplay this out. But,
The best part is that you and Kyle have been friends for like fucking ever.
Yeah.
That's
approximately.
That's my favorite part.
Well, you guys have been friends as long as in of theirs lifespan.
Yeah, approximately forever.
All right. So, hey, Atone, do you want to go check out the burned down houses?
Yeah, let's go do that.
Oh, that sounds good. Rinlin, can I have a taste of that fine tequila you got there real quick? Just a small taste.
So you can,
Replicate it? Hells yeah.
Yeah, I'll add it to the collection of bottles that me and him are like refilling on the rig.
You guys are gonna like start a microbrewery when you're done with this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's our
We're gonna retire, and people are gonna be like, "Man, they're such a happy couple," and we're like, "Nah, we just love
Not couple.
alcohol."
It's not a couple. There's 3 of them.
All right, so the party is. What are you guys staying at the inn? Are you going somewhere? What are you doing? What was the
Where
plan?
me and Atone are gonna go check out the burned down houses.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna stay and keep working on fake IDs.
Okay, you're
I would like
almost done, Kayleen. You're probably putting on like the finishing touches of the last few
I was
I would like to.
because you were doing a lot on the road. So
I would like to talk to the innkeeper about the burned down houses.
okay, and what is Rinlin's plan?
babysitting.
So you're going to be with Soul. Got it. Just so I know who the groups are. Kalian, you do work. Not too much happens. No one disturbs you or anything. We will go next to Ember and Atone. Because Mario didn't do shopping. So let's do something with Mario. So there are 3 houses. One that was kind of on the outside of town. One that was a little bit inside of town. It was still in like the residential area that you pass, and then there was one that was kind of in the more market-ish side of town, like it was near the general store. It's kind of closer to the inn.
Which is there an order? Like, did it start outside of town and move in, or start inside of town, move out? Like, which one?
Funny enough, it looks like the one that was a little bit farther inside town was the first one, followed by the one that was on the outside of town, and then the most recent one was probably the one that was near the general store.
Okay, so it's like they center outside and then came back in, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go to the most recent one, and I have advantage on investigation. Right? Don't I have that?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So yeah,
I'll assist and do the thing.
I'm gonna start doing some digging on the latest one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I rolled a 1 and a 14. 14 is an 18.
Cool.
That one is the Mario we know and love.
Looking through the most recent kind of what's the word? Arson site.
He said arson.
You determine that it's arson.
You find what kind of looks like the remains of like a blown out fireplace and whatnot, and there's this large just burnt like log over it, but you think you see something kind of like in the actual fireplace, but there's like this big plank of burned charred wood on it, kind of sitting blocking it. It looks pretty heavy.
Can I lift it?
Ember, please.
Strength check.
19.
Easy as pie. Ember just kind of hefts this charred plank off, and it crashes down onto the floor, revealing a good portion of the fireplace. It looks like this plank fell on top of it, and it preserved it. Right on top of the mantle, where you saw a little shiny bit, you find what looks to be some sort of crest. It looks like someone just kind of had it on their mantelpiece, like on their mantle as a decoration, but it's like this fancy little, almost like a family crest.
I have paper and ink that I did not let Kaylee borrow apparently. So I'm gonna I'm gonna break some of that out. I'm gonna copy down, do like a
rubbing.
And get this crest.
Okay.
For some information later, and then I think maybe we go to the oldest house. So the one more.
Can I just take the crest?
You could.
Oh, I thought you
I'm
said
gonna
it was
take
like
it.
part of it. I thought you
It's
said
not like part of the mantle. It's like sitting on the mantle.
Oh, well then
Yeah.
that was a waste of paper.
Yeah, Ember just
just-
watches you draw it, and I just pick it up and take it.
Better not tell Kalian.
Don't tell.
Don't tell the elf.
It'll be our
Actually, no. I'm gonna shove it in his face because he gets for abandoning me in that last fight.
That's petty.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
That's
And I
petty.
go, "No." I'm like,
I
yeah.
was running towards the archer that was shooting him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. I don't know.
The oldest one, or the one that was longest ago, rather.
Yeah.
Okay. If you'd like to make an investigation check there, feel free.
Both dice are 15s. That's a 19.
Okay.
Nice.
Looking around. Interestingly enough, a lot of like the burn marks and whatnot are similar as far as examining a fire goes. It looks like you can assume that the fire's burned at the same temperature, though you're not like an expert on how things burn, so you can't really determine what
Right.
that was.
I'm
But
not even sure I have any fire magic.
yeah, so like it's from probably the same source. The kind of wreckage and damage is similar. This obviously just looks older, so it does what burned out buildings or ashy places do, so they get a little bit more gray. Some of the soot and stuff gets more in the air and whatnot with the wind. Some sand's kind of blown in a little bit from outside of town on this one because it's a little bit closer to the edge of town.
So, is there another fireplace? Does that look like where it started? Is there another crest? Maybe the same crest? Is a different one?
You're not unable to find any sort of family crests. What you do find, you find what looks to be. You're not completely sure what it is at first. You kind of pick it up and you look at it. It's this little decorative flower, you kind of realize, and it was just kind of burned up. And then after looking at it for a bit, and you assume that it's a hairpin of some sort. It was just kind of ruined by the flames, so you didn't recognize it at first. But
Okay.
a little flowery hairpin.
Since I could pick it up, I try to draw it again.
Okay.
Same sheet or a different one?
A whole different sheet.
Whole different notebook.
Yeah, so I'll take that.
Ah,
And then, I don't know. I guess I was kind of trying to see if it was like someone was escalating, but it looks like it's kind of the same. So, well, we're finding weird shit. Let's go check the other house.
All right.
So the last one that's on the outside of town.
Worst roll yet. That is a 13.
Okay.
Excuse you.
Ember, did you want to
Yeah.
check anything out?
I'll check it this time. I got an 18 on the die.
Nice.
I already closed my paper though, so I don't know what it is total.
So Atone, you're getting frustrated because you see a lot more of what you've seen at the other two.
Right.
Just a lot of burnout ash and stuff. You're like, well, this isn't going to go anywhere. Ember, you're kind of walking along as you have been with Atone, just keeping an eye out, not really finding anything. You're more so there so you guys aren't out alone and whatnot. And at one point, you take a step and your foot gets caught on something. You almost trip. You stumble a bit and you catch yourself and you turn back and you see what looks to be the entrance to potentially a cellar, like a cellar door, the kind that you have to pull open and swing up.
I would tell Atone about it, but I feel like he'd probably notice that I tripped and almost like bit the dust there. So
You both kind of have like you just look at each other and you have that moment of recognition where you both look down and you see the metal ring that's part of the door.
I'm gonna grab it, pull it.
Okay.
Do I need a strength check or is it just?
You don't need a strength check. It's not light by any means. Like, you have to exert yourself, but Ember is certainly strong enough where she can get it.
Tone probably is not.
You heave it open. The ash and dust that have settled on it kind of bursts up in the air, floating around. You both wave it out of your face, and you see a set of wooden... It's like, you know those stairs that are almost a ladder? They're just like really steep wooden stairs, and they're almost like rungs. It's
Like
a set of those. Yeah,
Yeah, like a ship's
leading
ladder.
downwards into the cellar. It is very dark.
Do you
As
have
in
dark
the
vision? Or no?
I have dark vision.
All right, screw it. Let's just go down. No light. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, a kitty.
Yeah. My kitty.
Kitty.
Okay.
All right. So what do we see?
Leading down, you find yourselves in what looks to be a wine cellar. Bit of a rarity in Osept, but this appears to be kind of like a custom built wine cellar underneath this house. Some of the wine is still intact. It looks like the fire didn't quite spread downstairs. Doesn't look super old. Doesn't look untouched. There are a few bottles missing here and there, so someone was clearly using this before the house burned down. Walking around a bit past the rows of the bottles that are just kind of sitting there, there's about 4 shelves of wine, 2 on each side. We heard the kitty purr, and it was super cute. You come to the back of the room, and you see that there's like a small little table, a sitting chair, and a couple shelves. And along the shelves, there are a few pictures.
Okay. I want to look at the picture. Hey, don't eat that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's switch this up.
The majority of the pictures depict a looks to be 5 young women. They're all kind of seated together. They're kind of the feature in most of the pictures. In the first one, they appear to be fairly young, like in their teens. It looks like a family portrait painted. They have like their mother and father are behind them standing, and it's the 5 of them like seated all proper and whatnot. The next picture looked to be the 5 of them when they're a little bit older. The father doesn't look to be in the picture anymore, but the mother's in it. She's looking a little elderly. They're all kind of well-to-do. And then the next one, it's 4 of the girls, but 4 of the girls are alone, but the 5th one is standing next to this gentleman. He's tall, broad shoulders, very well dressed, thick mustache, and he's kind of got his arm around one of the girls, and he's standing there as well.
The flowery hairpin thing that we found, or that family crest that we found, is that evident in any of the pictures?
The family crest is evident in the ones that have the mother and father in it.
Okay.
Not so much in the last one, but the hairpin is in all of them. The hairpin appears on one of the girls. Doesn't look like the oldest. The oldest appears to be the one who's with the gentleman in the last one. It doesn't seem to be from the youngest. Probably one of the middle 3.
Okay. Well, I say we collect all this. Head
I'm gonna
back.
take all the pictures.
Yeah. I guess I'll grab a few bottles of whatever wine looks good.
I was about to say, oh, wine.
Yeah,
Yeah, bitch.
it'll be please don't javelin me again gift. And
This appeases the gods.
and yeah, I don't know. Go back. I'm not seeing anything too evident here. Maybe some other people, more eyes. I mean, I think it's just a family of four. I don't know. But like Rinlin said earlier, not our problem.
I'm like, I can't deny that I'm interested, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, you gotta follow the mysteries, but I don't know.
This is
I don't
not a
think-
murder mystery, guys.
This isn't a dragon syndicate plot. That's all I'm saying.
I'm like, yeah, but don't you ever just want to break?
Sure.
And break to
Okay.
solve more murders. Burn more houses.
You know, the usual.
If we get
Do
more
we
eyes
ever
on
actually-
it. What was that?
I'm like, you know, our usual. We just go, we kill a bunch of people, and save the day.
Yeah. I think everyone's already dead here. Oh, let's. I'll go back to the group and get some more eyes on it. Maybe some people around the inn might have. We loosen some lips with some drink.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone recognizes this man.
Do you guys bring the family crest? With
Oh
you?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
the crest, the
I
hairpin, the
jack
picture.
like everything.
Yeah, the crest, the hairpin, the pictures, several bottles of wine.
Joe, would I recognize the family crest at all?
Well, as Ember and Atone are exiting the basement,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
you get out of the basement and you kind of come up into the burned out house, and when you're walking towards the street, there is a pair of men standing in the street,
Whoa.
clad in, I guess you would call it, what's the name of that armor?
Plate.
Lamellar? I
Yep.
think that's
Oh,
yeah.
Lamellar. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
the
but-
bandage strips kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
It's more fit for the desert, if I
Okay.
remember correctly.
Okay.
But they're standing there, armor. They have scimitars at their sides. What were you doing in there?
Hanging out.
I'm like, checking it out.
Yeah. We investigate things. We got curious. We're in town for a night. We got curious.
I would ask that you don't disturb the affairs of Oception citizens. If you could please remove yourselves.
We were working on it.
Yeah, I don't think we were disturbing anything. Are you disturbed? Why are you disturbed?
Because it's my job to keep people out of potential crime scenes.
Wouldn't Mario's
Oh, there's
character?
a crime? I thought that
Yeah.
they said
Yeah.
this was an accident.
Yeah, and I mean, some of these have been for months, so how long does it take you people to investigate?
Potential crime
Oh.
scenes.
Can we not
Hmm.
piss off the town guard / mafia?
Joe, I also get an advantage on insight checks. I wanna
Okay.
check out this guy's. Insight gives me something here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can roll an insight for sure.
Well, that's a whole 12. I have a +1 to my insight. Sorry.
Hey, though, for you, not bad.
So, just some general knowledge. You guys would know that, in general, Oception guards are not picked for their honesty or their forthrightness or their honor. They're
Got
more hired for their ability to wield swords, and they are definitely not immune to being paid off for various purposes.
I was just about to go there. I was about to
Yeah.
say persuasion roll. I'm holding several bottles of wine. I pulled 2 of them out, just random 2. Kind of, split them in my hand so one's pointing each way. I go, is this wine sought after around here? Is this something that people would like to have and maybe have a hard time getting?
He looks at his partner and they kind of give each other eyes. They think about it for a second. They nod. He holds his hand out expectantly.
I lay a bottle in each of their hands, and I say, I say, this is a look the other way gift, maybe. Just we weren't here, because who cares? All we were doing is opening our eyes, right? But what would a second bottle to each of you do for maybe cluing us in a little bit?
One bottle, you weren't here. The second bottle, you can come and go as you like throughout the town for your entire stay.
I pull 2 more bottles out, hand them off.
My wine!
I have several. I think I could give up 4. We're cool. So they each have 2 bottles, and I say, I just I don't know that we're going to go anywhere with this. We're just curious people. So, thank you for your insight. And I start walking away.
To make a point,
They do not pursue you.
wouldn't Mario's character technically look like an exception since he blends in with the culture?
I do say I do that. That's
That's true.
Good backstory.
They're a little bit more put off by the Inuzen.
And
Yeah.
I was seen coming in with a party of 35 people, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. I mean, we're not exactly inconspicuous. Stealth is not our forte. And I'm in full plate mail, so
But
I just kind of follow after a tone. I'm like, I've never heard you talk that much.
yeah, it was a case where I felt I needed to, and I think it gave us some insight into that something shady is going on in those houses, and maybe we clue the rest of the group in. And
I'm like, yeah, it definitely wasn't an accident. Who posts guards at an accident?
So yeah.
Ember's excited. So I guess we go back in and clue you guys in, or you guys have to talk about what you do while we were out getting caught by guards.
I lay
Oh,
whatever
yeah,
remain-
'cause,
what-
Soul was questioning.
I lay whatever remaining bottles of wine I have in front of Rinlin, and I say, "So, there's some shady shit in this town."
Yeah. Not surprised.
I hand all the stuff that we collected, and I put all that in front of Kaylee, and I go, "Mean anything?"
Before we
check-
get
yeah,
to
sorry.
that, what we're gonna cut to real quick, I believe Soul wanted to speak with the bartender. So Soul would be speaking with the bartender. Rinlin is kind of hanging out nearby.
Getting
and-
drunk.
Yeah, doing what Rinlin does best.
It's the worst
So
thing.
Soul, you can walk up to the bartender. He's an older reception man. He's bald. He has a fine mustache and beard, goatee even, one might say. And he, as you approach, hello. How can I help you?
Oh, hello, fine sir. I saw on our way into the town that there were a couple buildings that were burned to a crisp. And I was just curious about what might have happened with that. Like, is there any kind of story behind it, or like a blood feud, or just like a random arson guy, or somehow there's like a weird crystal, the sun came down and focused onto some hay. It's like,
Well, I don't know about all that, but it's a little peculiar. All those houses, they are owned by the same family.
Wow.
what family would that be, sir?
You didn't hear it from me,
Obviously.
but it is an older family in the town known as the Durens. Their father was a merchant long ago, and, well, he unfortunately fell ill, and the family fell on hard times.
Oh, that is awful. What? You say he fell ill. What was he sick with?
He rambles off like some disease that's not uncommon, like you would have heard of. I just can't think of one off the top of my head, but it wasn't like anything
Consumption.
weird. Consumption.
The sweating sickness.
It was.
The houses that have burned down, they've been all the daughters of the family. There were 5 in total. 3 of their houses have burned down.
So that means, yeah, that's something I was going to question in those other pictures.
That, sir, not hearing it from you, sounds like a pattern, like someone specifically targeting these homes.
Or
It
these
would seem
people.
that way. Again, you did not hear it from me.
You are right, sir. I slide him a gold. Would you possibly know anyone that would know a little bit more about what these hard times entailed for this family that I could possibly talk to?
If you wanted to try, you could try and talk to one of the, well, rather the last remaining sister.
And her name would be
Nira.
Nira.
Nira
Is
Darren.
she near?
She lives, and he gives you an address. It's about a block and a half away.
I'm so mad at myself right now.
You should be.
Don't worry about it.
That, sir, is a wonderful tidbit of information you have given me. I appreciate it quite a lot, actually. Oh,
And,
excuse me. Good
I would
Lord.
appreciate if you did not go around talking about it too much.
Why is that, sir? I would just like to, just so I know why I shouldn't talk about it. I'm already quite afraid from how you're talking about it.
I do not want my inn to fall the same fate as those young girls' houses.
I understand. On my honor and my sworn duty to protect those who can't protect themselves, I will make sure that the name of this inn is never brought up in conversation with someone that would be talking about something like this.
I thank you.
It is my pleasure. You have a wonderful night, good sir. I'm gonna go talk
You
to my
as well.
friends now.
I'm gonna stay here and drink.
Okay. About this time, you guys would all find your ways back to each other. Killian, you finish up your work. You're proud of your handiwork. I think you did a fine job, and they're basically real papers.
It's
If,
basically
uh,
legit.
If Rinland's still like sitting down there drinking, we come in. I of course would slide several bottles of wine, whatever's remaining in front of her, and say, possible shady shit might kill some guards. You want to come?
Ah!
Go to the room.
I gather my gifts and I leave.
Okay.
But
When
I also
I'm
take-
told,
I pounded the drink I was already drinking, and then
the thing that bothers me the most is there's 5 daughters in the picture, right?
So that means
Yes.
there's 2 left. There's 2. that haven't-
But
When Soul talked to the bartender, he said the last sister, Nira.
last.
so what happened to the other ones?
What
I'm
happened to the
guessing-
other one?
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here, based on the pictures we found. The one with the guy left.
Yeah, the one got married and left.
Or the guy might be the one burning down the houses.
Could be that as well.
or
But still, there's
murder.
one possible. There's one left in the city, so I think we should talk to her.
Murder most foul. And
So-
also, did
No
the
chickens
other ones
involved.
die in the fire, or were their houses just burned down?
So you found the hair clip, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That one sister has it in her hair every single time, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So reasonably saying, she probably died in the fire.
Maybe.
Probably.
And Joe, there was no evidence of a body in that fire, was there? I mean, like there
No.
wasn't like burnt out bones or anything.
No evidence of bodies.
Did the bodies hit the floor?
It doesn't look like it.
After their father came down with the sickness.
So guys, I did some wonderful detective work, and I got some information out of the innkeeper / barkeep here.
Yeah.
Do tell.
There,
Oh yeah.
there's a family. They all own these houses. These are all the daughters of this one family, this houses that have been burned down. There's one left in the town, and if we go talk to her, we may be able to find out what's happened. The dad fell ill. The family fell on hard times. And to me, knowing that we just learned that the syndicate extorts people by giving them a loan, you can't pay back the loan, they come after you for it.
Oh.
After all, it might be related anyway.
Yes,
And here I thought we were gonna have a break.
See, you getting all hopeful. Now our dreams are ruined. I hand him the pictures, be like, we know about the daughters. Let's go talk to one.
It also could just be the case of they fell on hard times. Wealthy merchant comes through town. Wealthy merchant promises oldest daughter that he will set up family if marriage.
Could be.
But then, like, he's in some shady shit. I mean, not everything has to be like.
He's into the Dragon Syndicate. Not he's in the Dragon Syndicate because he's like they're in his pocket kind of thing. He's in
No,
their pocket.
my whole point there was that not everything is the Dragon Syndicate.
Everything relates back to the Dragon Syndicate in some way. It's a thing. They're everywhere.
People can just be shady. Shady.
What time of day is it, Joe? It's probably like late, right?
At this point, it's late.
So
You guys did a lot. You went shopping. You just got here. You
Fucking went shopping, yeah.
We did go shopping. We dressed everybody.
Ember and Tone walked around and looked at a bunch of burnt houses. Ridlin's had at least 7 drinks.
Oh yeah.
So I think we plan to visit Sarah or Nera in the morning. Nera.
Are we leaving in the morning? Okay, Sean, you're not part of this. Leave.
Well, let's talk to Nira and then leave. Unless
Mira
there's
leads us.
something,
Other thing.
unless there's something that strikes our fancy.
Yeah, I mean, we can let our traveling companions sleep in, and we'll just get up extra early to see if we can figure this out before we go.
I would like to I will agree to this under one caveat. That we don't pursue it unless it does have to do with the Dragon Syndicate.
Okay, that's fair.
Soul is going to get up and walk out the room and head straight for Nira's house. If we're not going to be talking to her, he's going to be watching the house to make sure nothing happens to it.
So you're keeping watch on her so she doesn't, die in the middle of the night?
Yeah, in case someone decides, you haven't paid us our money. Molotov cocktail.
What's a Molotov cocktail?
I'll have to
I'll
teach
show
it to
you.
you later.
Wouldn't it be like a...
Alchemist fire.
I don't even have to buy freaking things that go boom. I just...
Isn't Maltov a location in Russia? Wouldn't it be like a tryst bet?
Just the cocktail.
Where is the Russia of Zodiac Empires?
It would
Tristan.
just be
100% Tristan.
it would just be a soul cocktail.
So you mean all this Trist vodka that we have?
Yeah,
Definitely Russian.
yeah. I'm gonna go with Soul. I don't really need to sleep. I can just trance for 4 hours with him.
Okay.
Well,
I
I'll
don't
keep
know.
watch on our people then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. Where's Trist at? Jesus Christ. Tristan.
North.
And actually,
There we are.
Kyle, you're wrong. It's Finnish, not Russian.
Huh.
Coined by the
Molotov?
Winter War.
Close enough.
That makes sense though.
We'll call them Vanya cocktails. There you go.
Sounds good to me.
It's canon.
Oh, wait, here you go. It was an insulting reference to the Soviet foreign minister. I'm not trying to pronounce that. Molotov.
Okay.
I think
There you go. You learned.
I think we had Molotov cocktails in a campaign, and Brad was like, they wouldn't be Molotov, they would be, and he said either Vanya or he said Takana. One of those two, I'm pretty sure at one
It
point.
better be Vanya, because I just like being right.
Vanya
Brad.
sounds right.
Brad, get off StarCraft. Pay attention to me.
All right.
You
So
leave Brad alone. He's
skip to
getting
the
good at that
morning.
game.
Get good.
All right. So, that night, Ember, Rinlin, and Atone, you guys spend the night in the inn. You get a pleasant night's rest for the first few hours.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, Sol and Kalian, you guys are able to find Nira's house after kind of asking around. Someone's like, oh yeah, Nira Darren, she lives right over there. It's a relatively small town. People, they give up the information probably because of all the fires recently. You kind of gather that they're not surprised when you're asking about the Durin family specifically. As you guys kind of find a nice spot to sit and watch the house, few hours pass.
He catches on fire.
The lights go out there. She seems to go to bed. In the dead of night, probably right around midnight, maybe 1 a.m. Sol, you're watching. Kalian, you're probably in the middle of like trancing because it's been quiet for a bit, so you're semi-conscious. Sol, you see in through a window in what looks to be like the living room, kind of like this quick little burst of light.
Oh boy.
And staring in, you see this figure just kind of appear. It looks human-ish, like it's a silhouette of a human, only they are covered in flames.
Oh no.
They kind of step forward, and they appear to be walking through the house. As they're walking, things are slowly setting on fire and starting to alight.
No question, the instant Soul saw a flame, he was running for that window to bust through it after he just like punches Kalian in the shin.
Haley now has a broken leg.
Yeah, really. You're made of crystal, jerk.
So, Kalian, you're jerked awake, and you see Sol running towards this house. Sol, you get to the window, and as you get to the window, you hear this female just deafening, like, scream, and you burst through the window. You tumble in, and you see this, like, fiery apparition just, like, standing over this youngish, she's, like, in her 20s, girl's, like, bed, and she's just staring at it, like, screaming, like, no,
I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So as I'm running towards this creature that's about to, I assume, slay this woman, I'm casting sleep.
Hold that thought. We will find out what Sol does specifically
No.
No!
next time.
No, that's 2 weeks from now, Joe. Don't do this to me.
Oh no.
I haven't left you guys on a good cliffhanger in a while.
Oh
2 week
no.
cliffhangers make me want to shoot myself.
Oh god, no.
You got 2 weeks to plan what you're gonna do. What
I
are you
already
gonna
know.
do to this fire
It took
guy?
me 2 seconds. I already knew.
Can he at least say what he's gonna do? Because
Yeah,
he's
you
probably
can
gonna forget.
you can tell me what you're gonna do, so I
Yeah.
can
So,
be ready for whatever ridiculousness.
so he
like,
can plan
since-
for it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, how does he counter it?
So yeah, since I run up there and I see this happening, I cast Sleet Storm like on us. Like it's a 20-foot radius. So
You're gonna
all
make it
unprotected
snowy.
Flame, yeah, all unprotected flame goes out. And since I already know it's there, like I'm already jumping towards it to try and stop it.
Okay. Cool. So
God,
this
so
has
stressed.
been another episode of Stop, Drop, and Roll. Very appropriate title for this episode and the next.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Thanks, I hate it.
And yeah, if you're behind on any episodes, you can go on YouTube. Every other episode except for this one right now, but it will be in the future, are on YouTube. I've been staying current, so you can watch the entire campaign. You can even watch Stop, Drop, and Newt. That is also on YouTube. I got that there too.
Is that really what it's called? Was Stop, Drop, and Newt?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Stop, Drop, and Newt.
I wasn't here for it, so.
Oh yeah, I forgot you weren't here. I played the lovable Cress.
Played Dak.
I have no recollection of what.
I'm glad you guys remember your characters' names from that.
The
Wait,
one,
what do you think?
the like half one shot we did with Bronwyn on there, the tower.
Dungeons and Tower Defense. Yes, I believe
Yes.
that one is on there. But yeah, tune in on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday is the next stream. Keymasters. We haven't played that game in a while.
Are you guys not streaming this weekend?
Nope, because JP and Ashley are at BlizzCon. If anyone's at BlizzCon, message them in Discord, and you can say hi to them there probably.
You know what? She would.
Yeah, they would. And then I'm also busy because I'm doing Extra Life tomorrow with my work. But so yeah, tune in 2 weeks to find out the thrilling conclusion and see if Soul becomes barbecue or not.
He would. I wish you were a different class, then you could be a barbecue.
Oh.
Maybe Rinlin will be a barbecue.
Yeah, that was the other joke, but like I didn't want to put myself in the fire.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
no,
put you in the
we're
fire,
at the-
don't you worry.
You wish.
All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.